Today we are tackling maybe the biggest following the careers of video that I'll be posting all in college football 26 because I have done 1 stars, I've done the #1 overall players, I've done sides of the football, but how about every single 5-star quarterback that comes through this dynasty mode? So there is no set number on the amount of players that we are going to get. We go until we can't go anymore. And we started off year 1 with 5-star quarterbacks. So how this one is going to work, we're going to go until the about 25-year mark because that is the furthest we can go while guaranteeing we see the full careers. Dynasty mode goes 30 years, but say if we go to year 28, those quarterbacks are not going to get to see the end of their careers because the dynasty will just end before they graduate or go pro or anything. So 25 is the year where we get to guarantee see everybody no matter what. And as you can already see, 5 quarterbacks on the board. I don't think we're going to be short for the amount of players that we're going to see. On top of that, I'm going to try to condense bowl games a little bit to speed up the video here and really focus in on the playoffs and everything because, as you could probably guess, with 5-star quarterbacks is going to be a lot of players starting. Also, the info section at the end of the video will be kind of the most stacked info section that I have done up until this point. Year 2, we see our first gem quarterback here, and he looks pretty nice, but then we go follow it up with our first bust quarterback of the video as well. On top of that, none of the 5 started as true freshmen, and we get some transfers, including one to Utah State, John Driver, and then Steven Eds. He's going to go to Georgia Southern, so some interesting landing spots already, as then the new incoming guys go to Texas, Ohio State. Andres Damar is going to be starting at Texas A&M after transferring there. Romeo Garbutt's going to be starting at Florida. And hey, credit to Steven Eds, who's going to be starting at Georgia Southern. But these new 2 incoming guys, well, you can see the elite development and basically limitless ceiling. I mean, he's got 1 elusiveness blocked off, but everything else, I mean, this is a dude who at Texas probably is going to have good development, could be as high as a 99 overall. We're going to see how many, if any, 99 overalls we're going to get, how many Heisman winners, how many national champions, 3 more to add to the tally. We should be getting some in-game action, I would imagine, unless something goes wrong with these 3 quarterbacks. I mean, we don't imagine Georgia Southern getting to a bowl game, but 4-8 and 19 touchdowns, 15 picks for Steven Eds, and he adds 4 rushing touchdowns on top of it. So, probably what we would expect from Georgia Southern. Fortunately for Texas A&M, Damar, he played 1 game, and he got hurt. You can see here, I don't know why he didn't play more, because the 78 overall quarterback ended up getting all the action, but I guess he's not injured anymore, but was injured. Texas A&M didn't end up doing anything in the season. So we go to our first bowl action here, and like I said, I'm going to try to condense the bowl games and make it more just kind of the key plays rather than like almost every play in the 4th quarter. As Garbutt throws over the middle, that's going to be incomplete on 3rd down. 4th down and 7, field goal on its way. Kick is good, so we turn the ball over to Iowa State, as can the first bowl game go in the favor of one of our 5-star quarterbacks, as they are taking on a 19th ranked Iowa State squad as they throw on 3rd down for a completion in the first. 6:20 to go, and they drop back to pass and flying one down the middle of the field, and a completed pass in traffic there. He hung on despite getting hit immediately as they'll sweep it for 7 more. 2nd down and 3. Run the football. 1st down again, and we're already at the 4.5-minute mark as Iowa State is just taking their time on this drive with another 1st down and a gain of 23 on the play. 3rd down with 3 minutes to play. Throwing one up in the end zone. 1-on-1 coverage and incomplete. That'll be 4th down, and Iowa State will kick a game-tying field goal, which is good. And it leaves Florida now with a 3rd down and 10. With 2 minutes to play, and they'll throw it deep 1-on-1, and it's incomplete. So immediate 3 and out in just 1 minute. Iowa State takes over, and they'll throw it deep, and that's wide open. Split the defense down the middle in the zone coverage. Just got by everybody, and Iowa State takes the lead with 1.5 minutes to go as Florida They got a 2nd down and 5 to the air. He's going to try to go deep. Wants to test it again. Had a step, but he just couldn't get enough on it. 3rd and 5, as if he threw that one earlier or had more arm strength on it, would have probably been a touchdown. Instead, it's 4th down. He's going deep again. This one's covered. This one's incomplete. And that will do it. Florida goes down 26-16 as Iowa State tacked on another field goal. Garbutt had a pretty rough game, 15 of 36 in the bowl game, but on the season as a whole, 21 touchdowns, 8 picks, and a game of 376 being his best. We have some more transfers as SMU grabs the Ohio State quarterback, and then we have a little ACC action there. Florida State, North Carolina grabbing these next 2 guys. Garbutt's still starting. DeMar should get to be the starter this year, pending health. Stephen Ed's still starting here at Georgia Southern. I think it's funny that the Utah State quarterback just can't get on the field despite being at Utah State. So, I mean, he might be one of the bigger flameouts of the video. Jamison Moffitt, I mean, yeah, elite dev, looks really good. Tracy Veldman, star dev, pocket passer. And he looks like he probably will find himself as a starting quarterback soon. North Carolina doesn't have a whole lot in front of him. And then Austin Braverman, star dev for Nebraska. I also just want to see, I guess, to get a definitive answer, what's going to be the best QB archetype that we see in this video? We're going to get a pretty good sample size here. Other than pure runners, there's not going to be any pure runners. I'll already spoil that one. Cassidy Perkins, but a gem there. And, I mean, looks like he could be interesting for a backfield threat. My experiences in this game, the backfield threats are the worst one, or backfield creator. Like, they're kind of the worst ones that you find, but I mean, you'll get some good ones from time to time. And how about this? We get Texas A&M in the playoffs this year, so already getting some playoff action. Georgia Southern, their 56 overall team, 2 wins. Stephen Ed's a whopping 11 touchdown passes on the season. So I don't know if Georgia Southern landing a 5-star quarterback is going to help them all that much. Romeo Garbutt is going to go 4-8, so not a whole lot better this season from a performance perspective, and then the team did a lot worse. So let's go to the playoffs here. That's all we have to really look forward to. DeMar and Texas A&M in a low-scoring 4th quarter, 7-3. But SMU in the red zone from the 14, 3rd down and 9, going outside for a 1st down. And you can see at the bottom there, that was James Martino. He transferred to SMU. He's the backup at SMU, and he just threw a touchdown this playoff game. So Martino was one of our 5-star quarterbacks, and he's the backup at SMU, hasn't played all year. He's in due to injury right now. He's only got 26 yards. He just came in, and he's all of a sudden thrust in a spot where he could help take this SMU team to a playoff victory. So a sudden little turn of events right here. Now we have a little 5-star quarterback battle as DeMar hands it off, and Texas A&M for a 1st down, 90 yards on the ground for their back as DeMar throws it in the flats. Wide open tight end, and they'll have it on the 23-yard line. Under 5 minutes to go. Play action, DeMar. Quick and decisive ball. And inside the 15, down to the 11. DeMar not had a great game. Just 100 yards passing. But he is a running threat. And he'll run it here. And he'll run for 7 on the play. 3rd and 4. DeMar, he's got time. There's a flag down. DeMar on a run, and he hits it. And he's right at the marker, but I don't think it's going to matter. Flag is down, and that is a hold. So I don't know if it matters if he got the 1st or not. They say he didn't. They declined the penalty and kicked the field goal. I understand going for the tie, but 4th and inches that close. Why not go for it, as they'll hand it off SMU in a really rough spot with their backup quarterback who's way out of his depth here. Martino throwing down the field. That's a beautiful ball. That is about as good of a throw as you're going to see. And Martino, I guess, ready to play his 1st ever action. 3rd and 11. Martino, it's going to be knocked away. 4th and 11 is the long field goal try. 59 yards. Kick is no good. And A&M will take over from the 42-yard line. And they'll be set up in a beautiful spot with 2 minutes to go to try to win this game. Hennessy's throwing, but what a grab! A&M making the big play as Martino has to just watch DeMar running into field goal range from the 28. 3rd down and 5. And how about taking more time off the clock? SMU out of timeouts with a minute to go, and they'll walk in for a touchdown. A&M for the lead. And Martina, you got a minute to play, and he's got a 1st down. I think he's played pretty well given the circumstances, as they have it to the 39, looking for overtime underneath. That's going to be another grab. He reaches, not quite the 1st down. They got to run back to the line. 3rd and inches after the spike. Martino going deep. 1-on-1 coverage. Incomplete. 4th and inches. Just got to get the 1st down. That's the important part. They'll try to go right option, and it's not going to happen. A&M hangs on for the win. DeMar didn't throw it much, and there's not really anything to show you for Martino. That was the only quarter he played this season, so the stats that he got there, the 90 yards, that was all he got throughout the whole year. I think that's just interesting that we had that work out the way that it did to get to see him in action, as Duke in the 2nd round scoring a touchdown here to take the lead right at the start of the 4th quarter. Duke 2-point conversion, no good. So we'll be here at an 18-17 game, and DeMar already the first playoff win of the video on the board, and a broken tackle here for the receiver. And look at the fight from him to get 17. DeMar a much better playoff game this time around as the handoff. That's not going to happen. 7-yard loss on a run play. DeMar 3rd and 16. He'll take a shot, and the safety was there. He beat the corner. He had a step on him, but the safety was just sitting on it. I don't know if DeMar just didn't see him, but that's brutal, as Duke now can run it ahead into A&M territory already with the lead. And the big run up the middle from the running back and the quarterback, both putting up big-time plays as Duke scrambling. He's going to run for the end zone, makes a move, and he's in. Still a 1-score game, though. 8 points down, and DeMar with a laser. That's a first to the 47-yard line with 5 minutes to go. DeMar, quick hitter to the angle around the running back. He'll have 9 more. 3rd and inches. DeMar sneaks in, gets through. 1st down, as he is a great running threat. So I don't know how much we're going to see of him on the ground, though. It's probably going to have to just be scrambles, especially with a 3rd down and 9. DeMar, though, sitting in the pocket and an incomplete pass. 4th down, they punt. I understand. You got to get your defense to get a stop, not allowing a 21-yarder like that, as Duke starting to chew this clock down. And I'm going to have to start burning timeouts, and you can't stop their run game. Another double-digit yard play. A&M's first timeout, as then Duke in the passing game. Yeah, this is just not going to happen. They're in field goal range, and look at the holes opening up. This is embarrassing run defense, as Duke all the way down to the 4-yard line. 2-minute warning is hit, and we are well beyond that. Duke not going to be able to get into the end zone, but by this point, they've chewed it down to 40 seconds and a chip shot field goal to give them a 2-score lead. That will do it. Duke wins 28-17. DeMar runs for 76 yards. Throws for almost 200. Not enough, though, as he goes 21 touchdowns, 11 picks, over 4,000 yards, and 70% completion percentage. Also added 600 yards and 10 rushing touchdowns, so a really nice season from DeMar, but just not going to be able to get to the national championship. 4 more quarterbacks here, all committing. A lot of SEC action we're going to see there. DeMar, 97 overall. What a player we already have in this video. Garbutt is going to be fine. Ed's is still starting at Georgia Southern. Poor guy, could have transferred and maybe gotten a starting job at a better school. North Carolina, yeah, Veldman didn't take too long to get a starting job. Cassidy Perkins, elite dev for Auburn, and a truly limitless ceiling for him. Miguel Cheeseman for Ole Miss, star development. Also Martino at SMU, still the backup quarterback, so I mean, he just got action due to injury. He isn't in line to be the starting quarterback. Raheem Terry for Georgia, elite development. Still got a long way to go on throw power. It's all the way down in an 82, but still elite dev. You always take that. And Oklahoma State, the only non-SEC quarterback here, Tremont Dukes. We'll see how many of these guys end up sticking around at their colleges, as Marshall Love, one of 2 quarterbacks up and coming through the next class, is a gem, and we get to the end of the next season. And how about already our first Heisman winner, DeMar at A&M? That's not a crazy season, but the Heisman Trophy, just about 4,000 yards, 25 passing touchdowns. You know he probably added a lot in the rushing game based on his stats last year. Stephen Edds at Georgia Southern still can't get into a bowl game. And then for Florida, they win 35-7 over Navy in Garbut's bowl game. So Florida back in bowl action, and Garbut's best season to date by far. A big improvement from last year with the efficiency, the completion percentage, the yards per attempt, and all that other stuff. But we'll get into North Carolina versus USC here, 13-7. So Veldman at UNC looking to see if he can get a bowl win on his resume and a 9th win of the season. Veldman rolling left. He'll just try to throw, and there you go. It works out. I thought, like, hey, you should have ran it there. You had a lot of room, but trusted his arm, trusted his receiver. It works out. Veldman going to throw on the run again. That time not as successful in the end zone, but it'll be 3rd down and 9. Veldman, he's moving again. He's throwing again. And he just refuses to throw a ball standing still or run the ball. He just has to throw everything on the run. And an incomplete pass will set up the field goal. Still, though, 2-score game. You'll take that, 16-7. USC will have it with a spin move and a 1st down immediately to start their drive. Play action, and oh my goodness, that dude just bowled through. Running back didn't stand a chance to pick him up. 2nd and 50. They'll get all those yards back and a 1st down. So USC desperately needing to score on this drive from the 47. He'll throw, and that one in between 2 defenders, but he reels it in. It's a dangerous ball, but the receiver with a nice grab, and then another 8 yards on that play. In field goal range now as they are going to go RPO. 1st down again. All right, they're moving the ball pretty well. Another 3rd down situation, but it goes their way and down to the 5-yard line. 2nd and goal. Blitzing in, and they beat it. It's a touchdown, USC. To make it a 2-point game, and now Veldman, it's up to him to try to seal up this game. 4 minutes to go. You could definitely run out the clock here. Don't want to go 3 and out just like that, though. I mean, you took off not even a minute from the clock, and now USC with the back. 1 play into enemy territory, and here they are set up to win this game as he gets the 1st down. That was really close. And now USC sacked right back out of field goal range. You need to recover it as they'll throw. That's short. That ball high. It maybe costed them a few yards. And from the 40, they will still kick it. It's a long kick, but it is good. And USC with the lead. Big chance with 45 seconds to go to get a game-winning drive at Veldman off to a nice start. That's a lot of room to run. You can't let him get free for 25 yards as they'll roll on the ground. And that's a 1st down at the 40-yard line. 30 seconds to go. Just got to hold on to make it field goal range. Don't take a sack. Don't get any big losses. No penalties. Throw it out in the flats. There you go. Play it safe. That'll be another couple of yards. 4th down. They'll kick it right as timing's about to expire. 51 yards for the win. Kick is good. And North Carolina with the game-winning drive. Veldman, not a great game, but he did it in the meaningful moment, that big run when he seemingly refused to run for so many plays. He ran it when it mattered most. So win for UNC. We move on to some playoff action. Texas A&M behind the Heisman-winning DeMar is 12-1, 1 seed, 1st round bye, taking on Tennessee. A little SEC title rematch between these two squads as Tennessee 11-3. They're about to take the lead here. Goal to go in the flats. They will hit a screen. They will get a touchdown. And Tennessee got the lead. DeMar now. Can he set a high bar in this video? A Heisman winner and a national championship immediately as DeMar throwing on the run. And he's got it completed. 13 yards on the play. 7 minutes to go. It's DeMar. Quick throw. And DeMar got him. I mean, one thing we have noticed, he is a pretty decisive thrower of the football. When he stands in the pocket, he will just deliver quickly as DeMar, another one, just surgical, mechanical, robotic, but also he can run the ball pretty well, which is also impressive as a sweep to the outside. That'll get him a 1st and goal from the 2-yard line. DeMar hands it off. Tie game with the extra point. A&M 17-17 with under 5 to go. Kickoff deep is going to be fielded at about the 5-yard line as Tennessee breaks through the line, spinning off a defender. Oh, here he goes. Tennessee all the way. Kick return touchdown. and he got caught up in traffic with a lot of guys and just somehow found his way through. And DeMar now needs to get something going as he gets a sack. And it's 3rd and 17. And DeMar, what do you got? He'll run, not far. They'll have to punt. And this could be the undoing of A&M. As out of the outside 3rd down conversion. Timeouts being used, and Tennessee now 1st down into field goal range, down to the red zone with another move. Oh my goodness, touchdown, Tennessee. 31-17 with just 2 minutes to go and a pick. DeMar forcing it, and that'll do it. Tennessee, they're going to win this game. And the Heisman winner, #1 seed, down and out immediately to the team he just beat in the SEC title game. His Heisman winning season goes 26 touchdowns, 6 picks completed, 70% of his passes, but he added 750 rushing yards, 14 more rushing touchdowns. I don't think that's actually a really crazy Heisman winning season compared to what we've seen. I mean, it's like, 4,700 yards or 800 yards and 40 touchdowns, including the playoffs and an SEC title. That's good, obviously, but I mean, compared to some of the Heismans that we have seen, shockingly, DeMar sticks around for another season. I don't even know why. He's a 99 overall, though. I've not seen that happen too often, where a dude like at that high of an overall, he was like a 90, mid to high 90s. Like, usually they not only declare for the draft, but like the chance to persuade them is none. You can't even get them back. So whatever it is that made him stick around, hey, cool, I guess. He's going to be trying to go on a little revenge tour. We'll see if it works out for him. Raheem Terry transferred all the way to Florida Atlantic, and he is going to be the starting quarterback there. We also have a little signing day commitment flip. Jaquez Hennessy was at Penn State during signing day. Then we get to the preseason, and here he is at LSU for whatever reason, maybe trying to follow in the footsteps of a couple of Heisman winners in recent years. Marshall Love is going to be at Georgia. We'll see if they can hang on to this quarterback because, we've seen already these big schools lose a lot of these guys. We have Jeremiah Granger next in line, 95 throw power gem quarterback. And Caleb Donnerson, Kelvin Casey, pocket passer as well. So we will get to the next season where Texas A&M back in the playoffs, not quite 1 seed. I mean, 10-2. Romeo Garba, just a up and down career. He goes way down. I mean, he has maybe like his worst season, considering, a third of his touchdowns almost came against the FCS. Steven Heads, oh boy, 2-10 again. I mean, my goodness, Georgia Southern. What do you even do? You're a 5-star quarterback at Georgia Southern. Raheem Terry, meanwhile, 4 wins at Florida Atlantic, 33 touchdowns and 4,000 yards. That's actually pretty impressive. He threw 7 touchdowns against Missouri, too. I mean, that's really impressive. We go to bowl game action. Texas is going to get smacked by Miami, 24-3. And Freddie goes for 24 touchdowns, 8 picks as the new Texas starter, 5 rushing touchdowns on top of that. Meanwhile, DeMar as well did not win Heisman, did not get like a NCAA All-American, but we do have Moffitt here at Florida State. He's in a bowl game, 7-5, taking on Akron, and right now Akron's kind of giving them a little bit of a fight. There's 6 minutes to go, though. We're just going to kind of float around and hang into this one to see if Florida State can put away Akron, but maybe a little concerning that they are in this much of a battle as Moffitt down the middle, touchdown to give them the 2-score lead, which ends up doing it as Akron scores a late touchdown. Doesn't really get much, though. It was like an onside kick with like a minute to go. And Jamison Moffitt, 4,400 yards, 32 touchdowns, 6 picks, and a nice season overall. Had some nice performances against Clemson, Miami, Tennessee, and then UNC. A bowl win last year, about a bowl win this year, 40-10. They take out Washington State. So despite a lot of guys starting, not a lot of action to see here. 28 touchdowns, 9 picks. So not a great season still, with the completion percentage and yards per attempt still so low. But we're right back in the playoffs in Texas A&M. DeMar, how about a little bit of a rematch as well from the first season of playoff action where they took out SMU as that ball down the middle of the field. And this is interesting how this has happened again. James Martino has checked into the game. How has this happened? Are we watching the same game? Martino is not the starting quarterback, yet every SMU game, here he is. Like, this is ridiculous. Trust me, we'll get to this. Martino has not been the starting quarterback. Like, he has literally just been the backup this entire time. And right now, he's got a 23-10 lead over A&M. He didn't even start this game. I don't even know if he did. I don't know what's going on with Martino here at SMU. But Damar, 3-0. Martino back out on the field. Greatest backup quarterback ever, I suppose, as he's got another completion. Martino back to the air, and another big strike, and another great play. I mean, he's got 250 yards, so he's probably played most of, if not all of this game, as he's going for another completion, another first down, and Martino is throwing, end zone intercepted, and Texas A&M will take over, and Damar, 99 overall, Heisman winner, now looking for a 13-point deficit to overcome as he gets a first down completion there. Gotta go fast though. Damar into the flats, has the tight end. That'll be a decent 6-yard gain, but clock is still ticking. Quick throw, that'll be another first. Gotta hurry up. They'll get a timeout there due to injury for SMU, but still plays like that will kill your drive and kill the chances that you have of coming back as a third down deep shot and double coverage. It's incomplete. 4th and 15. This is the game on the line here. Deep ball. It's picked off. Had to put one up and hope for something, but SMU is going to take the ball with a 13-point lead, and Martino gets it out in the flats. And that'll be a 3-and-out, but you wasted a little bit of time at least. A&M stole their timeouts, but this is the absolute last chance you're going to get in this one. You got to score a touchdown in this drive. 3rd down and 5. Damar rolling, throwing, deep ball. Just nobody there, out of bounds. 4th and 5. And this is your last chance. Damar down the field. Picked off again. It's just Damar not having a good performance right now. Damar came back to college when he absolutely didn't need to. He was well on his way to being a top pick, Heisman winner. He, even though went out in the first game of the playoffs that he played, still #1 team in the country. Like, he was good, obviously, but this season just has not gone his way. And, you know, having to go through the first round, and Martino, the backup quarterback, is going to seal the game. And the funny thing is, once again, Martino will go right back to the bench. We're not going to hop into the next game because there is no next game. He's on the bench. So Damar, you can see definitely a step back this season statistically. The rushing production, he had more rushing touchdowns at least, but the passing game fell off a little bit. He does go round 1. And we'll at least have that to hang our hats on. Garbutt goes in the 4th round, and Georgia Southern's guy heads, yeah, he doesn't get drafted. That's not a surprise. So we go Jaquez Hennessy. He went from Penn State to LSU. Now he's at Michigan State, and we have our next 3 commits. Penn State gets another one. Let's see if they can hang on to him. So, Martino, you confusing guy, will you get to start this season? Well, the answer will be yes. James Martino will start this year. He's the guy. We'll get to see some action potentially from him. This is just so confusing when you get to see his career stats. Like, it's just weird how this is all fallen into place for him to happen to play in 2 playoff games. Not only that, 2 playoff games that we just happened to watch. This is so funny that has happened. But Marshall Love will also get to start at Georgia, despite being just an 81 overall. So Georgia, low overall, but he'll get a chance here. Jeremiah Granger, elite dev. He at least hangs on and stays with Penn State through signing day. We'll see if he stays for the full season and waits till he gets a starting job. Caleb Donnerson at Pitt, elite dev again. So the elite devs are flying in this video so far, and Kelvin Casey is going to be an ugly one, a normal dev. This is what a normal dev 5-star will do for us. It's probably not going to be a lot of these, and I don't know how much I'm really expecting. Next 2 guys, Deshaun Mechie, pretty solid pocket passer. Alexander York, a backfield creator. Just looks like a typical backfield creator, man. Their stats just look so much uglier than the others, but like they turn out to be fine sometimes. But man, it just looks a little rough. Texas, interesting. They went 7-5 and didn't make a bowl game because they were like so far down in the SEC. It's really interesting to go 7-5 and not make a bowl game. Tracy Veldman, 4-8. So after 2 bowl wins, Veldman misses out on a bowl game. He just hasn't gotten a lot better from a performance standpoint, even if his overall is getting better. Raheem Terry, big step back this season for Florida Atlantic. Won the same amount of games, but he just played a lot worse. And Miguel Cheeseman at Ole Miss, 5-7, 34 touchdowns though, so a nice year, but not able to get it done. Meanwhile, Florida State back in action. Moffitt is here, and once again, kind of being pushed to the limit over like facing a team that they should just handily beat. I mean, last year it was Akron. They ended up winning by 1 score. This year they're taking on Rice, and they're only up by 4, and Rice has the football. So I don't know what's going on in Florida State. They're out here fighting demons against these low-tier schools, but hey, I guess Moffitt will have some action, which is better than no action, better than not making a bowl game, I guess, like some of these other guys, as Moffitt's handoff will have the running back go for a first down. He's over 100 yards on the game. They'll go draw play. He gets tackled for a loss. It'll be 3rd down and 11 with 7 minutes to go. They'll run it again. Why not? I guess you don't trust your quarterback. That was just run. They didn't even want him to throw the ball. End up punting it away, and Rice, first down there at the 34-yard line. 6 minutes to go. Stepping up, and he's brought down. Sacked. Number 3 for the Florida State squad, as make it number 4. Sacked again. 3rd and 23 as they send the extra man on a delay blitz, and they will get a completion, but after 2 sacks, yeah, you were backed up quite a bit, and even an 18-yard completion isn't going to do much for you. They'll punt it, and Florida State will deliver a first down. Moffitt, 175 on the day so far, keeping it going in the RPO. Broken tackle, and there he goes for a first down and more. That'll be 17 on the play, 3:40 on the clock. Moffitt over the middle. There's another play. First down. There you go. Let him throw the ball a little bit. He's not that bad. The running back, though, when you throw it, you set up the run, and there's 21 more yards. And maybe finally going to just take care of business here and put this one away. They're running the clock. They'll go direct snap, and he'll have a fumble. No! Fumbled the football, and Rice picks it up. They got a chance in this one as Rice throwing on the run over the head of everybody, but there's a flag. And this is going to be a pass interference. Florida State, what are you doing? You're not really going to choke this game to Rice, are you? They got a quick completion. This is ridiculous. Contested grab, pass interference, fumble, and now a first down. 3rd down and 6, though. Can they get another one? Yes, they can. And he gets out of bounds at the 43. How about another 3rd down situation? How about another pass, this time broken up? 4th and 9 to maybe just put this frisky team away. Nope, he's going to keep it going. How about another 3rd down? How about another conversion inside the 10? 1st and goal, 30 seconds to play. Screen, and that is very poorly executed screen. That's the team you might end up losing to. 23 seconds to go. Outside and complete. 3rd down and goal. 20 seconds to go. From the 9. He'll go back in the end zone and over everybody's head. 4th and goal. Last chance for Rice. He'll get a completion, but he's short, 4 yards shy. And Florida State will survive Rice. All right. Moffitt, 93 overall, but he's out here throwing 29 touchdowns, 5 picks, and a couple of 400-yard performances. But let's go to Auburn now. They are 15th in the country. They made the SEC title game, and that was the difference between them missing and making the playoffs. They lost it, so no playoffs for them. And right now, Louisville has made it a 1-score game. Cassidy Perkins, though, will hand it off, and that'll be a run for just a single yard on the play. 3rd down and 9 from the 21. Perkins will run, and Perkins has the first down, and this team's got to blow off some steam here. It's got to be frustrating to make the SEC title game, to be in a position where you can make the playoffs, and that was the deciding factor between you making and missing it. That loss setting you back a couple of spots, whereas a win, you could have been over here fighting for, a home playoff game, not even just a playoff appearance. So a first down for Louisville after the punt, and they'll send the extra man. Running back picks it up nicely in Louisville for the first down. And Louisville, they were down by 14 in this 4th quarter, looking for the comeback, floating one out. That's going to be caught with room to run. They'll have it to the 24, gain of 21. as they'll go to handoff. No read option. Quarterback keeper. It'll get 3 in the play. 3rd down and 7 to the air. Float over the end zone. One-on-one coverage. Caught. Touchdown. Louisville can tie it up with the extra point. They do. Defense hasn't really helped you out in the last 6 minutes. Offense, you got to do it yourself. You got plenty of time and a chance to get things done here on 3rd down. That's a big conversion. 39-yard line, 3 minutes to go. Play action, Perkins down the middle. There you go. Into Louisville territory. Now you can play some ball control, clock control, and the run. Look at the guard out there. He ran all the way into the red zone, plowing over a dude. And a 2nd and 9, floated outside, and there you go to the 11. Perkins has had an awesome day. Throw it off the RPO, right at the goal line. They'll roll him 1st and goal at the 1. Perkins, read option. Not gonna happen. Louisville, timeout. They're gonna call it anyway. Quick throw on the RPO, touchdown, Perkins. What a game from Cassidy Perkins. 5 touchdowns as Louisville throws the interception. And not only that, it's a pick 6 to seal it. So they fought hard, but 5 touchdowns from Cassidy Perkins will get it done. 5, all of them through the air to go with just 5 incompletions. And a huge year for him, coming off of a couple of games where he was a backup last season where he got to get some action, but getting some starts now, borderline playoff team, and a big-time performance there. Georgia, meanwhile, they dominate UCLA 39-13. Marshall Love, solid 3 touchdowns, 300-yard game to go with a 4,000-yard, 39-touchdown season. So Georgia maybe found their quarterback as a freshman. They might have a bright future on their hands. How about we go to SMU now? Look at them. I mean, you want to talk about teams that were on the verge of a playoff. 13th in the country, 9-3. You just win 1 extra game to go 10-2. You would have been in. Instead, you're dealing with Michigan here. So a lot of fringe playoff teams. We've watched basically everybody in the top 20 who didn't make the playoffs as Michigan has a touchdown there. And we finally get to see starting quarterback Martino. Quick throw. How ironic would it have been if Martino was injured for this game? That would have been it would have been disappointing, but also really funny if that just kind of had a role reversal there. But Martino's had a nice game, and his guys are up by 7. He'll throw, and it'll be a completion. And Martino is going to have 260 on the game, continuing to fire one, and he'll have it more first downs, more yards to add on to his total. I feel like Martino, every time we watch him, he's pretty good. It's disappointing that this is going to be his only year as a starting quarterback. As Martino to the end zone. That was a laser into the end zone. There is a touchdown as Michigan down by 14. And Martino looking good. Disappointed also that we didn't get to see him in the playoffs. That means he started 0 playoff games, but he's won a playoff game and also, played in the 4th quarter of a playoff game. So Martino's a fascinating player as they'll throw deep. Michigan got him over the top and a touchdown. This one still not done yet. 4 minutes to go. Swing it outside and he'll lose 4 on the play. 3rd and 14. Martino got the first down, and he just keeps on delivering every single time. Martino bubble screen. Had a lot of room to run, making a man miss. And Michigan's defense let him down there. They'll go handoff, and it'll be a run for a first down. 2nd down and 4 now after a 6-yard run. How about another first down? Michigan out of timeouts. 2 minutes to play. As it'll be 3rd and 13, but Michigan, as long as you have it in the field to play here, you can run out the clock. Incomplete pass, though. Would have been an injury timeout anyway, but, I mean, regardless, you got a minute to go. Tack on a field goal. Michigan can't make up a 2-score deficit with no timeouts. Martino, 340 yards, 3 touchdowns. Look at his career stats here. You can see he didn't play much. That playoff game was the only action he played in his first season. He didn't play at all in year 2. He played 4 games, a spotty 4 games in his next season, and then was the out-and-out starter. So he only played 5 games, and we just happened to watch 2 of them, and they both happened to be playoff games. That's crazy. But in his 1 year as a starter, he earned himself a day 3 draft selection. And I think he would have been really fun if he got to play a couple more years. We have some transfers here. Jamison Moffitt gets tired of Florida State. He goes to Alabama, and he's up there, 99 overall, all things considered. And Austin Braverman, Nebraska, took him a while, but he's finally going to get a starting opportunity. And Cassidy Perkins, we'll see if he can make the playoffs. Look at this dude, 99 elusiveness, 99 quickness, 99 health. Just the most athletic demon of a quarterback we're going to find in this video. Miguel Cheeseman looking pretty nice. Raheem Terry at Florida Atlantic. I don't know what he's going to be able to do there, considering the team is still rough. Tremont Dukes is at Oklahoma, so he transferred, I believe, from Oklahoma State to Oklahoma. And Marshall Love for Georgia as a sophomore. Jaquez Hennessy as well. Michigan State starting quarterback. Jeremiah Granger. I mean, man, Penn State can't hang on to any of these quarterbacks. He transfers to Notre Dame and now is the starting quarterback at Notre Dame. So Penn State's lost out on like every quarterback that they've gotten. Deshaun Mechie goes to Florida State, so they were able to effectively replace Moffitt, I mean, maybe down the line. Alexander York goes to Indiana. So a lot of quarterbacks in on the action, and maybe a much-needed cool-down. Gabe Mills is the only five-star quarterback in this upcoming class. And we go to the playoffs. We see a couple of guys here. How about Oklahoma involved in a #1 seed, Tremont Dukes, NCAA All-American. So maybe Oklahoma, the team to beat. Tracy Veldman, 2 back-to-back years with no playoffs. He threw under 50% completion percentage. What in the world is wrong with him? Austin Braverman, interesting. 20 touchdowns to 1 pick. But 5 wins on the year. So not really much to be notable about, even though you only turned it over 1 time. Raheem Terry missed 2 games, and his Florida Atlantic squad did not do well once again. Miguel Cheeseman just can't seem to get anything going here with this Ole Miss squad. 3 wins on the board for them, and his best performance was against Georgia. We'll talk about Georgia in a second. Jaquez Hennessy, 5 wins, 21 touchdowns, 7 picks for him. And he didn't play a full season either. But Alabama SMU is the bowl game here. And, man, Jamison Moffitt, I mean, my goodness, man. Like, what is wrong with you? You just can't go, you can't win 8 games in a season, in the regular season. You got to go 6-6, 7 and 5. You have to struggle against teams that you should be beating. I mean, SMU's a really good squad, so it's not really the case here, but it seems like he wasn't able to shake off the stink from Florida State as a touchdown from Moffitt. That'll make it a 2-point game, but I mean, kind of a disappointing career to be at Florida State and Alabama, be as high as a 99 overall, and you couldn't even win 9 games in a season ever. You couldn't even win 8 regular season games in a season. Like, pretty disappointing, I think. But Moffitt, can you at least close out with another bowl victory? I mean, let's do 7 minutes to go. I mean, this is definitely going to be the hardest bowl matchup. This ain't Rice. This ain't Akron. As Moffitt will throw. Deep ball. Got a man open, and he's brought down at the 14. Just got caught up to, but still, nice job to find the open man. And at the 13-yard line, it'll be 3rd and 9 with 5.5 to go. Moffitt is going to go to the end zone, but the linebacker was there in front of it, picks it up, takes it back all the way to the 40-yard line. And the linebacker was just sitting on that one as SMU now can try to tack on some more points. There's a big run there. 79 yards on just 5 carries. So Alabama hasn't had much of an answer for him. SMU's quarterback scrambling, running for 3rd and inches. So close. They will pound it inside and get the first down. As they got 4 minutes to play. A touchdown here could very well end this one as they'll get close. Nope, it's incomplete. 3rd and 10 from the 24 as he's going to throw on the run. Goes right into the dirt. It'll be a field goal try. Kick on its way. It is good. It's 26-21. Moffitt, can he get a game-winning drive against SMU, who's been just 9-10 wins every single season, top 20 team, borderline playoff team, and Moffitt picked off again. And it'll be at the 15-yard line. This one could be done for as Alabama will get a sack. You can still make it happen if you hold to a field goal. 2nd and 16. That's a completion to a 3rd and 2. Quick throw on the RPO, and he can't get the first. Timeout use, so you will hold on to make it still a 1-score game, but you need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to send this thing to overtime. A completion there on 4th down will keep their drive moving. 1:10 to go. Moffitt with time. Finds a receiver. Nope, it's incomplete. Another 4th down situation. Does he have 2 4th down conversions in him? Moffitt throwing deep. He's got one-on-one. That's a deep bomb. Incomplete. Game over. And Jamison Moffitt. Man, 2 interceptions in the 4th quarter to cap off a really disappointing career for a 99 overall quarterback. I mean, ratings aren't everything. You know, you could be a 99 overall. It might not matter. You might just not be that guy. Auburn, meanwhile, Cassidy Perkins. How about dominating 38-10? And he has already put up a nice bowl game resume. Unfortunately, not able to get into the playoffs, though. 70% completion percentage back-to-back seasons. So 11 rushing touchdowns as well. Like Cassidy Perkins, he's stamped on. He's that guy. We just got to see him get to the next level, though. Playoff action. How about Notre Dame? 41-17. So Granger dominates Miami. And we'll go stick with Notre Dame for a little bit here as they got a game against UCLA. 20-10 as Jeremiah Granger is one of the new starting quarterbacks this season, coming over from Penn State, now looking to maybe get a national championship. He's got a tough field in front of him as we got a couple of 5-star quarterbacks in the playoffs this year. Granger not had a productive day, but he's looking to add on to his game. Touchdown! His 2nd of the day makes it a 3-point game. UCLA ball, and they immediately fire a pass for a 1st down. Their quarterback 2 interceptions on the day, so it's been a cleaner game from Granger, but UCLA with the lead due to plays like that big 20-plus yarder, and the run game now gets the 1st. As UCLA's ground game, the running back averaging almost 7 yards a carry as the quarterback on the read option. 8 more on the play, 3rd down and 2. Throwing over the middle. That's a 1st down. Quick, and it is effective with 7 minutes to go. UCLA looking back for that 2-score lead, and they got it. Touchdown, Bruins. Notre Dame gotta come up with another answer here. Need to find points on this drive. 6 minutes to play. Granger got a receiver underneath with a lot of room. Past midfield to the 45-yard line. They're going to go shotgun, play action, throw it, 1st down, and another 20 yards on the play. So now offense really pick it up. But Granger, extra man unblocked and a sack. 3rd and 14. And as he's throwing it, it's incomplete. So a couple of nice plays to get them set up in scoring range. But then the pressure for UCLA turns up, makes them settle for a field goal. It's a 7-point game now as UCLA, oh no, immediately threw a pick. And the linebacker was sitting on that one. As now UCLA set right back up where they were. Granger read option. Granger all the way. It's not the fastest, but man, they weren't expecting that one. Tie game with 3 minutes to go, and UCLA, none of the momentum on their side anymore. 35-yard line. Bruins got a completion for 6 yards. Quarterback, though, 3 interceptions. That's been the worry of this game, and an incomplete pass on 3rd down. Granger takes over with 2 minutes to go. And can he get him to the end zone? Can he get him into field goal range? 3rd and 13. And no, Granger picked off. Now it's his turn. And the interception, Granger makes the tackle. But at the 15-yard line, UCLA is going to go to the end zone. An incomplete pass, 3rd and 10. They wanted it all. They didn't get it. Notre Dame blitz, and they throw to the end zone again. Oh, come on. Picked off. What is going on? Interceptions left and right. He's going to go 100 yards. Touchdown, Irish. And one quarterback throwing 4 interceptions might just be the undoing. 3rd and long, they gotta go 94 yards on this drive, and it's incomplete. 4th down, game on the line, and he's got the 1st down. They'll keep it alive at a 22-yarder, but that's their first timeout, meaning this is it. That drive, this is all they have left. They're at midfield now, but a sack. And Notre Dame's got him back 3rd and 15. Just a 3-man rush, but it gets in. And they get a completion. And it'll be 4th and 4. This is the last chance. As with 20 seconds to go, they're going to find an open man. Defender comes in. Rips the ball out. And it's into the hands of a defender. Game over. He had it. He had space enough to secure that catch, but a defender jarring the ball free, and it falls into a defender's hands for the win. And Notre Dame is moving on. Now we go to the other two teams that reside in round two. Georgia with Love. They're taking on TCU, who's 13-1. Can Marshall Love get his Georgia Bulldogs to the semifinals? As TCU with the lead, but they're going to have to punt the ball away. So Georgia takes over in the handoff. Look at them run through a defender, and he'll get 6 on the play. Love to the air. He's got pressure, and he's going to step up and try to run, and he doesn't get anything. They'll have to put it away, a quick 3-and-out as TCU takes over with a 6-yarder and a quick pass on 3rd down where he hangs on. Chance to get off the field there, and they couldn't do it. Now a read option, picking up a block. TCU past midfield, and a gain of 16 as now 2nd down and 8. After 2 yards on 1st down, they get 6 on 2nd down. 3rd and 2, quick throw, open. Georgia set a little zone blitz, and it didn't work out as they got another play action, 4-man rush. Georgia's defense, they had 4 defenders there, and none of them could make the play. How? Oh my goodness. TCU in the red zone. We're already down to 2.5 minutes, and that ball at the back of the end zone. All of that, and it's just a field goal. But TCU did a great job playing keep away, as Georgia's had about 3 offensive plays all quarter. They haven't done anything. 2nd down and 4. The 2-minute warning. Pass is caught. It'll be a 1st down as at the 33-yard line. Georgia still all their timeouts as they go to the completion there. Right near the marker, they give it to him. 6 yards on 1st down. They go to 2nd and 4. Love has got 2 defenders there, and he's sacked. Nowhere to go. 3rd and 13, and it's intercepted! And just a bad throw, and a bad result. Game finished, it looks like, as it's a 14-point game with a pick 6. And Georgia needs a miracle if they're going to want to win this one now. They're down to 1 timeout in a minute. Marshall Love had his team set up, and look at that big play. 71 yards, it's gone. Touchdown Bulldogs. Don't want to get too excited. They need an outside kick, and they're not going to get it. Georgia, too little, too late. And Marshall Love, 2 touchdowns, but the crucial game-losing interception to end things. Marshall Love threw 5,000 yards and 53 touchdowns. Just couldn't get it done, though. We got one other team to cover, though. How about number 1 ranked Oklahoma? And behind their NCAA All-American quarterback, Tremont Dukes. Him and Notre Dame, the only 2 teams that were spectating, still alive, in a trip to the semifinals on the line here. Up by 10 and comfortably looking to add on to that lead, as Dukes has had a pretty clean game so far. And a tip ball incomplete. That was off the hands of a diving receiver. 4th down field goal try is no good. And that's going to set Louisville up a great field position now. A chance to go up by 13. Instead, you give Louisville a great chance in this one to maybe make it a 1-score game. 7 minutes to go. A 4-yard tackle for loss. 3rd and 14. Louisville is going to go deep. They got a step, maybe half a step. Not enough separation, though. Incomplete. 4th and 14. They're going to send the blitz. Now they're going deep the other side. And it's caught! Oh, he got it! And 1st and goal. Louisville not done yet, as they're going to try to punch this one in. Yes, they do. Touchdown, Cardinals. A 4th down desperation ball saving their butts is now Oklahoma. Dukes delivers to a crossing route, breaks the tackle, and springs them for a massive gain. As you are really feeling the effects of that missed field goal, because Dukes is delivering, and right to the 11-yard line they go. Dukes, read option, into the end zone, touchdown, but there's a flag. You've got to be kidding me. A flag will take a touchdown off the board. And it'll back them up. 2nd and 21. Play action. Knocked away. 3rd and 21. From the 22. Dukes is going to go up top, and it's incomplete. This is ridiculous. Oklahoma's going to have to settle for a field goal. Kick is good, but they have left now 7 points on the board, a missed field goal last drive, and then a touchdown taken off the board due to a hold, meaning Louisville is only down by 6. They have a chance to take the lead here on this drive, and they're already moving the football well. Nice high ball caught, and a first down with 3 minutes to go. Midfield finds a receiver, gets them to the 40-yard line. 3rd and 2. As for 2:40 to go, Oklahoma is going to get an interception. There you go. You needed that one, as you were worried with the way that they were just failing to capitalize if Louisville was going to be able to steal this one. Now it's in your hands. You can run out this clock here. Louisville down a timeout. First down, Dukes keeping it himself. One more first down can do it as they'll run for a nice gain. Look at him weaving his way through. And that could very well be the dagger, and it is game over. Oklahoma, scary with the way that they kind of left points on the board, but they're on to the semifinals. So here we go. Semifinals, Notre Dame Pitt, and we'll wait to see Oklahoma on the other side of the bracket. We could get a little matchup between 2 5-star quarterbacks as Pitt is up by 7, though. Notre Dame is going to force a punt, and we'll turn things over to Granger. Can Granger go from 11 seed to national championship? That's a first down. He's got no touchdowns, but also no picks on the day. Flag down. And even though that ball sailed over everybody's head, it's going to be pass interference. He hit him too early. And with 8:40 to go, they'll have it at the 47. Granger keeps it and throws. Gets it out of the flats. Tight end for about 10 yards near the first down marker. They'll sneak it, and he's got it for the first. Granger getting a couple of things done on the ground. I mean, he had that sneak there, and then that touchdown in the last game that was really huge that kind of caught the defense off guard, but usually he does it like that with his arm. First and goal from the 1. He'll keep it again. He'll score again. Bit of a secret weapon on the ground as Pitt will start their drive with a little trick play to the receiver, throws it to the quarterback, and a first down, but he fumbles it out of bounds. But the trick play worked out, and a little end around pass as looking like Jawan Jennings a little bit there. It's 3rd down and 1. They'll go read option, and he's not going to get the first. Notre Dame will force the punt, as that'll be a little sweep outside to lose 3 yards. 4.5 to go as Granger will step up and run. Granger will have a solid 8 yards to make it 3rd and 5, 3rd and manageable. Design rollout on the passes off target. They'll have to punt now. Pitt, they got their chance to get the ball back, and they got really good field position. It was a weak punt, but the read option game is just not working. Another 4-yard loss. They just cannot run with their quarterback. And a deep ball for Pitt. Defender is there, and incomplete. Could have had a pick. I mean, regardless, though, they'll take the football back, and that ball just looked a little dangerous right there. I thought a lineman was going to snag that one. Instead, it's a first down. Now a crosser over the middle. They got the tight end for a first down. Here they go. Notre Dame, 2-minute drill. They're finding receivers. They're finding first downs. They're finding room, and they found themselves into Pitt territory. He's just going to keep attacking the center of the defense. First down into field goal range, and Granger could be headed to a national championship. Pitt out of timeouts. 3rd down, and he fights. He's got the first. They can run out this clock now. Granger keeps. Granger inside the 10. Runs it down. Last play. Kick. Notre Dame is going to a national championship. And they will wait to see who they meet. Granger. He was good through the air and effective on the ground. It's Oklahoma. It's TCU. 2 one-loss teams. Number 1 seed, Tremont Dukes. He's up by 10 and sneaking ahead into the red zone for a first down, looking for a 3-score lead. Dukes got a completion, no knockdown out of the hands of the tight end. 3rd and 10. Dukes blitz sent in. Hit as he's throwing it incomplete. That is big for TCU to keep it a 2-score game. Field goal is good. 13-point deficit for TCU. They've only got 14 all games, so they're going to need a massive 4th quarter. And 2nd down, the scramble. He's got room to run with a lot of space to get to the 39-yard line after a first down. They'll sweep it in the ground, and Oklahoma's defense had 3 defenders in the backfield. They can't run the ball, and the screen also loses 7. They can't do anything. They'll set up another screen, 3rd and 21, just trying to recoup yards, but it's just gonna be a 4th and 16. You go for it. You float one, David. It's incomplete. Oklahoma on the verge of a national championship appearance. And look at Duke still dealing. Dukes has been so impressive. He'll throw for the end zone. It's intercepted though. And a rare mistake from Tremont Dukes this year, where he's going to have TCU with one final opportunity to score a touchdown on this drive, and they're going to go deep. They're going to have a defender down there. A second one comes over. It's incomplete. 4th and 5. Another 4th down opportunity. Another shot downfield, and another incomplete pass. Sooners are just so close, and this might do it. Down the middle of the field. Touchdown, Oklahoma. And a 3-score lead will send them to the national championship. 34-14 Dukes, 365, 3 touchdowns, and we are in a big matchup. It is Tremont Dukes and the #1 Oklahoma squad versus Granger's #11 Notre Dame squad, and it's 27-16, Oklahoma down 11, but in the red zone. So Dukes has had 2 interceptions. It's been a couple of misfires for him this game. 3rd and 1, they'll get the first down. It's goal to go. 8 minutes to play. Dukes underneath. He's going to have about 3 on the play. And well over 300 yards, needs to find the end zone here as he'll go for that shot, and he's got it. Touchdown, Oklahoma. Big. Now the 2-point conversion, just as big, and they get it. 27-24, Notre Dame. Can you respond to keep this in your control as Granger is going to go to the flats? He'll break off a tackle and get 2. 3rd and 7. Granger to the air. He'll deliver, and it's incomplete, broken up by a defender, and Oklahoma will have it with their chance to pull this one off. A double-digit point comeback in the 4th quarter of the national championship. 5 minutes to go. 3rd and 5. Dukes is throwing it down the field. Dukes has got a one-on-one ball, and it's picked off. He put it up there for his receiver, and the defender comes up with it, and it's 3 picks for Dukes. Granger, meanwhile, with his chance to seal this one, or at least make it really difficult to take some time off the clock, make it hard for Oklahoma, but he'll go 3 and out. And Oklahoma's defense is doing their job. It's up to Notre Dame's to try to do one more big-time play, maybe a pick, maybe a stop, maybe something like that where he almost got a sack on 3rd down. Instead, 4th and 3, they punt, and they will trust their defense that's been good in this quarter. 3-yard loss. 2nd and 13, Granger hits the running back out of the backfield. That'll get him 7. Make it 3rd down and 6, as he will hit a wide open receiver. Oh my goodness, no one was near him, as that's a huge first down. Now a speed option. He'll lose yards. 3rd and 11. Oklahoma out of timeouts, and that big pass down the middle is gonna end it. They're running down to the 2-minute warning. Kneel it from there, and Notre Dame, Granger, he didn't have the big time yardage, but he played it safe, found the end zone when he needed to, and he took #11 Notre Dame all the way to a national championship. Tremont Dukes threw for almost 6,000 yards and 50 touchdowns. Didn't matter. Granger, 4,500 yards, 38 touchdowns. And even though he wasn't a great rushing threat, how about 5 rushing touchdowns to add on to it, even though he had just 300 yards. Tremont Dukes is a one-and-done player. Perfectly reasonable there. 2nd-round pick. Jamison Moffitt. Disappointing career, but a good NFL prospect at a 99 overall. He's a 1st-round pick. Tracy Veldman goes in the 4th round. And we have Austin Braverman, after his 1 season, is a 6th-round pick as well. Deshaun Mechie transfers from Florida State to Tennessee. And Alexander York goes from Indiana to Western Michigan. Gabe Mills, the only 5-star quarterback this year, is going to commit to Clemson, leaving Cassidy Perkins with another 99. Look at this dude. He's got 4 99s. 4 of the 6 categories are 99. That is ridiculous. Raheem Terry's also looking really great at Florida Atlantic. Too bad he's on Florida Atlantic. Marshall Love, 99 throw power. His quarterbacks are just looking so good. Jaquez Hennessy, I mean, he's going to hope to have a better season than he had last year. And Jeremiah Granger, reigning national champion, is coming back for another season. Caleb Donnerson at Pitt, he's going to be a starter. As Alexander York, hey, he's at Western Michigan. Didn't need to do much to get a starting job, so here he is. And the only freshman we got, Gabe Mills, is looking pretty okay. I don't know if he's going to get an opportunity at Clemson. We'll see. This year, though, we have 3 quarterbacks: John Lewis, Dylan Eberle, and we have Otis Parker. So a couple of guys this time around. No gems, nothing out of this world. Notre Dame, undefeated first round bye. We'll go and take a peek and see if Granger can go back to back, as Ole Miss a whopping 0-8 in the SEC. That's impressive. 0-8 in the SEC. Raheem Terry 0-8 in the American Athletics. Like, my goodness, can you guys get some victories? You're talented. You're just surrounded by garbage, I guess. Caleb Donnerson, his 5-7 record, not enough for a bowl game, but 41 touchdowns and 12 interceptions to have a solid season. Just not a lot of wins. Western Michigan 4-8 as well. That one maybe a little bit more expected with Alexander York at Western Michigan and being a redshirt freshman. We do have a bowl game here, though, where it is 30-3. Michigan State dominates Rice, and Jaquez Hennessy, 20 touchdowns, 14 picks. So he had not really a good season, but he's the one who makes a bowl game and wins a bowl game. So good on him, I suppose. Really disappointing also for Georgia to not make the playoffs. They settle for a bowl game where they win 51-3. I mean, they were 16th in the country. Marshall Love throws for 5,000 yards and 53 touchdowns. He was really good. Probably going to go pro. Just wasn't able to get a whole lot of playoff success. But how about, speaking of playoffs, Cassidy Perkins and Auburn have made it, and they're taking on an undefeated North Texas. I don't know what is in North Texas's sim engine in this game, but man, North Texas is nuts in this game. They win Heisman winners like every other year. Like, you're going to see it at like the end of the video when I go through the Heismans. Like, they just be winning Heisman like crazy. But hey, they're undefeated right now, and Auburn is being put to the test right now. They may be the 12 seed, but they are putting up a fight on the road. 27-21 is your score. North Texas is airing it out just like they do all year, but it's not been as successful. 120 yards and an interception now, giving Auburn the perfect chance to go up by 2 scores. All they need is a couple of yards here, but they'll lose one on that play. Go to 3rd and 11 from the 44, and that pass up top is incomplete. So you're not going to try a 61-yard field goal. That interception results in nothing, and they didn't even lose all that much time. So now, 3rd and 7 for North Texas. They're actually going to run it and come real close. 4th and 1, and they punt. I know you're backed up, but that's maybe a situation where you just got to be bold and go for it, because you got Cassidy Perkins on the other end making deliveries like that. That is incredible on the run. And they will throw for a screen, 6 yards, 1st down. And from the 34, up the middle, just a wide open lane for 13. Now 2nd down, quick throw to the flats of the tight end. He'll make a move. He's inside the 5. And 1st down and goal as they go a little wildcat action. And he'll go with the fake. Keep it. Get 3. Now at the 2-yard line. 3rd and goal. Perkins, quick to the outside. Defender was all over at 4th and goal. And that is fine to take the field goal there. That makes it a 2-score game. 9 points up with just 2 minutes to go. And North Texas, that's a big catch right there. And I mean, with 2 timeouts, it's not looking ideal. Well, you'd love to have that extra timeout still, but if you score really quickly and get out of bounds on plays like that, you have a chance. Maybe if you want to just kick the field goal now and, you know, rely on a stop, no, they're going to use the timeout. And they're playing for the touchdown now and an onside kick, which I don't love the strategy, but I guess it's better than nothing. You give yourself a chance, and it doesn't matter, though. Sacked, fumble, and it's picked up. Auburn, big man, running all the way. Touchdown, Tigers. And that's a big man rumbling for a game clincher as they win at 38-21. Perkins, 235 and a touchdown. We go over now to Notre Dame versus Auburn. So a little battle here between, once again, 5-star quarterbacks, Perkins and Granger. Granger already took out Dukes last year, already got a national championship on his resume. Can he go back-to-back, or can Cassidy Perkins, who has been waiting in the wings for a couple of years, has been on some really good teams, has had some really nice seasons, and now finally with his opportunity to probably close out his college football career, he's got his team down 14, but at the 11, they'll throw underneath, and Auburn to the end zone. Touchdown, 1-score game. They turn to the defense. Granger has just turned it on when he gets into the playoffs, and he has been so good as he will throw over the middle, and that will be a catch for a first down. Granger, you see the stats there. Unbelievable stuff as he's going to have another completion, another first down. He's going to be approaching maybe a 400-yard. Is he going to look for his 4th touchdown as well? That ball, it was up high, but still reeled in. He's up to almost 375, but he's sacked. Losing a lot of yards. 3rd and 17, but they're still in the red zone. And that ball incomplete, but the thing is, field goal. You got to hope they miss it. And the kick is good. Notre Dame up by 10 again with just 3.5 to go. And Cassidy Perkins, try as he may, it may not be enough. 3rd and 1. They'll run. Oh my goodness. The Notre Dame D-line just hitting them alive. Perkins on 4th down. And it's picked up along the sidelines. And that might be all it takes to get it done. Notre Dame, how about adding on a 44-yard touchdown? And now with just a minute to go, Perkins did find the end zone to make it a little bit closer, but I mean, Notre Dame was just too much in this one. The onside kick is going to be picked up by Notre Dame. That was scary for a moment, but they would have needed a lot more even if they were covered. So this game, I mean, Perkins had 300 yards and 3 touchdowns, but Granger, 400 yards, just 7 incompletions, and he was just lighting up the scoreboard. Perkins, a really solid year. I mean, just really good player, 99 overall. He'll be off to the NFL, and Notre Dame, here they are, semifinals. Will it be another national championship? They are up by 14, and they could be sending themselves all the way again. They're taking on number 1 Duke, but Duke down by 14, and they are not going to be counted out quite yet. A 36-yarder, they're out of the 1-yard line. Read option, and he's into the end zone. That will make it a 7-point game. So Duke, now they turn to their defense, and they are going to have them 3rd down and 3 right at the line. It's close. It's a first down, and that was a huge spot there. Granger play action, floated it down the middle, and he's got it. Granger, 3 more touchdowns, over 200 yards, and once again, just having another great playoff performance, as they'll have the first down run there. 4 minutes to play, in scoring range. That's another completion into the red zone. Granger's automatic, and he'll throw again for another one. He just can't miss on this drive. 3rd and 3, quick pass. It's gonna be just shy. 4th and inches, they'll kick the field goal. I understand it, get the 2-score lead. 2 minutes are approaching, and Duke is down a timeout. They're at the 2-minute warning, and they're down by 10, so it's going to take quite a lot for them to win this one, and it's going to be a little play like that. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Just spun off the defender. Gone. Duke now with the onside kick, and defenders, oh, they're missing it. He's got it. Duke, come on. They caught the onside kick, and all of a sudden, it's Duke's game to win. It's Duke's game. They got this one inside the 25 with a minute to go. They can tie it, but they're not looking for the lead. They're looking for the win. Down to the 4. Timeout. This would be an all-timer. Up the middle. Touchdown, Duke. You've gotta be kidding. Granger up the sidelines. Is not done yet, though. Granger does it again. 81 yards. Touchdown. Notre Dame. And Granger will not let his team go down. 27 seconds to play at Duke. That's going to be their final timeout. 20 seconds. They got to go 71 yards for the touchdown, or it's not going to happen at all. Fumble picked up. Notre Dame survives a thriller. And I was ready to just wave the not his fault flag when you leave the field up by 2 scores, and by the time you touch it again, you're losing the game without even a chance to do anything about it. But an 81-yard touchdown sends them to the national title game. This is a problem, though. Miami, big shot, 61-yard touchdown, and you look at the score, it's 30-13. Granger, are they out of luck? Is the luck of the Irish? Is it run out? As they are now down by 17, and they need a touchdown in the worst way. It's 4th down, though. Granger, 4-man rush. Got a completion. That's a first down. They need to score, I'd say, within at the very least like a minute and a half. They gotta score, though, and they'll take their shot here, and he's got it! Touchdown, Granger! He's just so impressive, and then the defense needs to stop, and they'll get a first down run. Another 2nd and short situation of Miami. First down. They really need to get a stop soon. 3rd down and 9. Here's the chance, and the throw is gonna be a first. And now you got to start burning timeouts. You were really hoping you could save those timeouts for a next stop because you still need to score twice. 3rd and 16, and you finally do get them down. But by this point, you're down to 1 timeout and a minute to play as they'll get a completion there. You're relying on an onside kick, and well, I mean, it happened against you with the Duke game. Can it happen for you? You're at the 43-yard line with 50 seconds to go as Granger is going to hit one up high. That's caught. Are they going to just go for the touchdown now? Probably. 3rd down and 5. Caught, first down, but you're down to just 18 seconds to go, and you're just running out of time. And zone incomplete. And on 4th down, that was going to be it. Even if you scored there, it was still going to take a miracle. Granger's 350 and 2 touchdowns, not enough to get it done. And he finally goes down the playoffs. What a year. What a 2 years for Granger. 43 touchdowns, 7 picks with a 72 completion percentage and 9 more rushing touchdowns. Really upped himself as a dual threat runner as well. I mean, he was just spectacular throughout this entire journey here in his career. I mean, he was just a special player. And I mean, hey, talk about a high bar to set. How about a national championship and only losing a 3 games in your career? I mean, Gabe Mills, yeah, we kind of knew he was probably going to transfer, but he ends up transferring to USF. How about Lewis committing to Boise State? Jaquez Hennessy at Michigan State. We also have Caleb Donnerson starting once again at Pitt. So maybe a little bit of a cool down because all of the contending quarterbacks from the past 2 years are kind of on their way to the NFL, and we're left with these guys who, I mean, a lot of opportunity here to see if they can come out and be special. John Lewis at Boise State, impact dev, but still looks pretty nice, and I would imagine he should get an opportunity at some point soon. Doesn't have to wait too long. Eberle for Arizona State. I like seeing some of these other teams get in. I mean, the quarterbacks this year went to Boise State and Arizona State. Also Auburn, though, got Otis Parker. So, out of the 3 quarterbacks, 2 of them went to, pretty interesting different schools. We only have 1 5-star quarterback this upcoming year. And when you take a look at the playoff bracket, you can see not a whole lot happening for us. It's Caleb Donnerson, maybe a 97 overall, but he can't do anything really at Pitt. It's really crazy how many of these high-rated quarterbacks just are kind of struggling to win games where, overall, obviously matters, but there are some guys who just really have it and just some guys who don't, regardless of the overall, which is really interesting. 44-7 here. Jaquez Hennessy, I mean, he played in back-to-back bowl games, won back-to-back bowl games, both of them dominant. So, I mean, a pretty okay career for him. Overall, he was a winning player. How about, though, we get to Tennessee, USC. We do have some playoff action at the very least. We'll see what Deshaun Mechie and Tennessee's got for us. With USC right now, interception thrown immediately as 21-16 your score. Mechie for Tennessee. Starting quarterback here, got his team in the playoffs as the 10 seed on the road. Taking on another 10-2 team as Mechie will deliver a first down at the 26-yard line. Looking for the lead. He's got a pass that is, it looked like knocked out, but they're going to call that a first down and a catch. 3rd down 11 conversion here too, inside the 10. And here we go for the lead. Tennessee's running back spins his way through and a 23-21 score. So could have went for 2 there to go and make it a 3-point game instead. Let us be content with the extra point, and it'll be just a field goal needed to take the lead for the Trojans as they are delivering a first down. That receiver, 9 catches for 126 on the day, so he's doing his thing. Option play, and the quarterback, oh my goodness. The lineman and quarterback combined to duo truck somebody, which is amazing. That'll be a 3rd down and 2 for the Trojans. They'll run the ball. 1st down. And USC taking their time on this drive. This has been a really good one. Already down to 3 minutes. Another 3rd down situation. As he's going to look, he's going to move. He went left, then he went right, then he goes down. And it'll be a field goal for the lead. And kick is no good. He missed the game potentially winning field goal. Instead, Tennessee, they don't got to go on a game-winning drive. They just got to go and do that. A couple of 1st downs and win it. USC did everything right until the field goal, and they missed it and handed Tennessee just an easy exit to win that game. And they move on to the 2nd round to take on number 2 ranked Miami. Miami with the ball, up by 10. And they got a read option for 15 yards as they go play action now. And throwing across over the middle. And he's got room. And he's outrunning a couple of defenders there. Eventually gets tracked down. But that was a play that went for a lot more than I thought it would. As they'll hit a receiver inside the 10. Down to the 8. They'll get backed up. A flag is down. 3rd and goal. And intercepted. A whole lot happening. And will it be a hold or will this one... Yeah, it's looking like a hold here. So I guess it doesn't matter. Interception's going to stand. And all of that, it's going to be Tennessee football. And I mean, Miami had their chance to make it a 3-score game. And Mechie, come on. Picked off just immediately. Yeah, like you had it and you squeezed the life out of your team with that one. 3rd and inches. Just a glimmer of hope. 4th down and inches. They didn't get it on the sneak, so they're going to run it here. 4th and inches. I like that. Go for it. Try to seal the game up. A field goal doesn't do that. A touchdown absolutely does. And that is an impressive catch in between 2 defenders where I think they're also going to get him for pass interference. Yes, they will. I mean, he caught it anyway, so it doesn't matter. 1 yard line. And for the 3-score, Liddy's got it. Touchdown, Miami. And that will wrap things up. Tennessee ends up scoring a touchdown late, but Mechie, 3 interceptions. Not a great playoff game. 35 touchdowns, 10 picks for a 4,400-yard season as a whole. Really good game against Texas where he threw for 500 yards. But Caleb Donnerson will go pro, 1st-round pick as a 97 overall. Jaquez Hennessy ends up in the 6th round. John Lewis was at Boise State. I didn't think he would transfer. He does, and he transfers to USC. And then we only have 1 5-star quarterback, Jalen Cologne, going to Notre Dame. We'll see if Notre Dame can get themselves another great quarterback. Alexander York still just hanging around at Western Michigan. And Gabe Mills is going to get some opportunity here at USF. How about Dylan Eberle as well? John Lewis, interestingly, being at USC. I mean, we'll see if he gets a starting opportunity. Jalen Cologne here, I mean, it's about as low overall as a 5-star quarterback as we're going to find. About a 1 quarterback, and it's a really low overall one. So next class, we have 2 here. And how about Eli Lemon at pocket passer? Looks pretty solid. And the playoff bracket here, we don't have a whole lot this season, though. Alexander York, I mean, Western Michigan, it doesn't matter how good Alexander York plays. Western Michigan can't do anything to help him out. Gabe Mills broke his collarbone. He's going to be out. He played the whole season, but then broke his collarbone in, like, the last game. So even though USF made a bowl game, we're not going to be able to watch it because he's not playing. So then we get to Tennessee. They didn't make the playoffs this year. They made a bowl game. They won 41-17. Mechie, a bit better of a season, and he could go pro, maybe. We'll see if he wants to stick around. Nope, he wants to go pro. So pretty much a scratch of a season. The only game we would have been able to watch was probably USF, and he got hurt. Jalen Cologne immediately transfers to Ohio. Okay, Eli Lemon and got Sullivan as well, Oregon Duke. Alexander York, kind of for your sake, I kind of just want you to make a bowl game, just as a loyalty award to this team. John Lewis, though, doesn't have to wait long. Only a year on the bench at USC. He's going to be starting. Dylan Eberle is going to be a 93 overall at Arizona State. Jamison Sullivan, impact dev at Oregon. I mean, it's Oregon. They are usually pretty stacked at quarterback in this game, so it's going to be a tough road for him to play. Eli Lemon, though, maybe has a little bit easier of a road. Duke's been really good in these sims, especially in the recent videos, and I mean, we'll see if he gets an opportunity. Only one quarterback this year, Ben Britton, and he doesn't look like a crazy one. So see if we can find some action this year, as unfortunately for Mr. Alexander York, he got hurt. He played 7 games, 13 touchdowns, 3 picks. I mean, yeah, it's just unfortunate for the guy. Somehow he lost all of his conference games, but beat South Carolina. Sure. USF, Gabe Mills healthy. Well, doesn't matter. He goes 2-10. These quarterbacks are a little rough. But how about Arizona State, though? Eberle makes a bowl game, and they're taking on Rice. So this is the second time we've had Rice in this video play a close game with one of our 5-star quarterbacks, and it's 30-28. Eberle in a chance to lead a game-winning drive. That's all we're really covering here is just this game-winning drive opportunity, as Arizona State's basically done nothing else in this 4th quarter. So Eberle throwing underneath on the screen. Is that a fullback screen? And look at that lineman. He just tackled somebody. And my goodness, they're in field goal range now, 19-yard line. And they could definitely just, play it safe here. 10 seconds to go. Eberle, end zone, touchdown. Didn't need to score. Could have just played for the field goal, but game-winning touchdown, 35-30. Eberle, 3 touchdowns and 328 yards on the season. Eberle, 3 touchdowns and 328 yards on the season. Eberle, 3 touchdowns and 320 near season most likely. And here we go, playoff action. Lewis and USC. This time we're watching them. A couple of seasons ago we were rooting against them with Tennessee. Now we're rooting for them. See if Lewis and the boys get it done here. Trojans up by 1, Michigan with the football, as they will throw middle and got the first down. 37-yard line, 7:20 to go. 4-man rush, as they will find a receiver with 3 defenders on him. He'll still get 9 yards. 3rd down and 1. They'll run it easy. 1st down, not a whole lot of resistance there. 22-yard line. Blitz sent in. They find the receiver, beat the zone, and they'll get him to the 8-yard line. Goal to go, as Michigan will get a little bit closer. 3rd down and goal. Goal line package, and he's stopped. 4th and goal. They'll kick the field goal, as they will take the lead by 2, but so close to the end zone there. We go to Lewis now. That's a crazy tight window throw, and he hung on. It's just an incredible grab, incredible throw. Love the trust, love the risk, love it. As Lewis now will go again, with this time a lot more open out of the 28, and just like that, they find themselves in the field goal range with just under 2 minutes to play, and they have managed this drive perfectly, looking to go to the semifinals. Lewis is sacked on 3rd down, so Michigan at the very least will get a chance with the ball. Kick is good. That means it'll be Michigan ball. 1:20 to go, needing a field goal for the win, as they will have a 30-yard line. They'll need about maybe 30 more yards, and that'll be nice progress there at the 39. 3rd down and 1. 55 seconds to go into the flats. He's got it. They call it 4th and inches. I think he might have got that. Instead, 4th and inches. Oh, no, he doesn't get it. Wow. I don't love the play call on 4th and inches, but man, I felt like they got that first down. That was really close. All right, we'll just have to move on, though. Number 1, 14-0 Oregon, taking on this USC squad. 13-7 is your score, as Oregon will have it. Semifinals, chance to go to the national title game in Oregon. They're threatening to go up by 2 scores now in the red zone. Play action. They got a receiver. And playing it safe here is all you got to do, because you can get yourself an easy 2-score lead, or you can just find the end zone, a wide open receiver, and USC down by 13 points now with 7 to play. So what do you got up your sleeve, Lewis? What do you got on offense, as they'll get the screen for the first down? As I would say, probably need to score a touchdown, ideally before the 4-minute mark, and they're making good progress here. Another first down, the 44-yard line, as Lewis will find a receiver. He'll take that 6 yards, make it 3rd down and 4. Lewis will go to the middle, and he can't hang on. 4th and 4, crucial here. Oregon blitz. They'll take a shot deep. He's got it. Touchdown. What a ball. What a catch. And USC, with the chance to go to the national championship, still very much alive. And it's 3rd down and 1. 4.5 to go. USC stops them, and they get it back with their chance now as they got a big play. And this could be a USC comeback. Trojans in the national championship. Oregon, oh, he couldn't make the play, and he spins up the defender, and he's gone. Touchdown, what a play. USC on top. What a absolutely ridiculous play to catch that ball and make the defender after miss. Oregon, though, 2-minute drill to get a field goal. They are very much still in control of this game if they can make it happen. But it's 4th down, and Oregon, he hung on. Oh, they just need about 20 yards for field goal range as a throw outside, picked off, take it back. You don't need the scoring as he's going to go down to the 11-yard line. If you scored it there, it still would have been a one-score game with the extra point. So maybe going down here is the better solution, better thing to do to try to make them waste their timeouts. There's 1 timeout off the board. There's 2 timeouts off the board. 3rd down and 10. Lewis is going to go, an incomplete pass. All right, well, it didn't work out as good as you would have liked it to. 50 seconds to go from the 18. They'll throw incomplete. Now 46 seconds to go. 2nd down and 10. They'll hit a receiver. He breaks a tackle. He spins away. Oh, he made a miss. What? He's gonna go. 82 yards. He just put him in the blender. And that could be the win for Oregon. Are you kidding me? And the big plays. Oh, it's not done yet. We're putting everybody in the blender on every side. USC with a big run. They can send us to overtime. Lewis will run, slides, and they'll kick a field goal. Somehow, some way, we're on to overtime. What is going on the last couple minutes of this game? It felt like USC had this one, then Oregon had it, and then USC tied it, and here we are. Overtime, 27-27, USC ball first. They'll set up the screen and incomplete. 3rd down and 10. From the 25, they'll just run it. They'll just play it safe for a field goal. I guess. I don't love that, but regardless, Oregon knows what they need. A touchdown for the win, field goal to extend it, and a turnover ends it as Oregon gets 4 yards to start the drive. 2nd down and 6 as the Ducks will go in another quick hitter. That's another 1st down, though, and it'll be 11 yards away. Run the ball, 9 yards away. 3rd down and 8. Come on, Oregon, for the game. Oh, picked off in the end zone. Trojans are going to the national title game. And Lewis goes for 3 touchdowns and a couple of wild plays to end this game. We're on to the national title game where Oklahoma is up 17-9 and USC converts a 4th and short there. So USC, 28-yard line, gets sacked, and that is a huge sack to back them up. But they have yet to really find the end zone here. It's been a struggle offensively. Nothing like it's been last game as they've just got the 9 points on the board. 4th down and 6, and it's picked off. And it'll be Oklahoma ball. I mean, maybe you could have justified taking a field goal there to rule out the need of a 2-point conversion in a game that's already been offensively a struggle. But at the same time, because it's been such an offensive struggle, who knows how many opportunities you're going to get that close to the end zone because of how good Oklahoma's defense has been. But also, you go back and say, hey, if you don't get a play like that, it might be game over. Picked off by USC. I was about to say, if they get a field goal, how about overcoming a 2-score deficit in a game like this? It might not be possible. Lewis delivers inside the 10. And now, quick pass to the 4. And this game could be all tied up here. Lewis, now read option is stopped. And now they'll take the field goal. I'm not sure about that. They wouldn't take it with like 8 minutes to go, but they'll take it with 5. I feel like it's one of those things where either you take the field goal last drive and then this drive and then you're only down by 2, or you go for it and then you double down and go for it, doing kind of 1 in, 1 out. You get the ball back, so I guess you could prove me wrong here, but I feel like they should have committed to one decision rather than doing one and then the other. 3rd down and 9 for Lewis as he'll throw it deep. He'll have a 2-on-1 and it's incomplete. Lewis also banged up on the play, and Oklahoma has the ball back, and they could very well end this game. 3rd and 4 though. They'll swing it outside. They beat the blitz. They get the 1st down. And this one about to be over. If it gets another 1st down, it's done for. 3rd down and 2. Game-defining play. Oklahoma for the national title. Hits in the flats, and he cannot get there. USC will get a chance. Lewis is in, I believe, still. I think he's okay, but I guess he is going to be playing banged up if he is in, as they'll throw a pick. And maybe the injury was what got him there, as that'll be a national championship victory for Oklahoma. Lewis, not a great national title game at all. And that will wrap things up for this season, where we've had a couple of guys now make a national title game. But Lewis, you can see there threw 2 picks in the national title game. He only had 4 all season. Like, that's brutal. Only 4 picks all year. And they had a couple of national title picks. So Alexander York does get drafted in the 3rd round. Ben Britton goes to Georgia Tech. Gabe Mills will be still starting at USF. John Lewis is going to be once again starting at USC, looking for a little bit of redemption this season. Dylan Eberle still starting. He took a pretty decent jump. Otis Parker, he transferred to Arkansas State, and he's going to start. Good on him. Ben Britton, impact dev, 75 overall backfield creator. He's, for a 5-star quarterback, I would say not great, but we should have somebody here. This is 4 quarterbacks, 4 guys in this upcoming class. Dual threat. Cade Knudsen is looking nice. Joe Jones looking solid. I mean, a couple of nice guys. USC, number 1 seed, so Lewis is going to have another chance here. Gabe Mills, 3-9. So the only bowl game he had a chance of playing, he was hurt for it. Unfortunate for him. And that'll be the end of his career. Otis Parker, 5 wins. I mean, that was 4th in the Sun Belt to get 5 wins, but good on him still. I mean, getting a starting job. Eberle, no bowl game this time around for him, as he had a bowl game last year, not this year. I mean, just not a crazy good quarterback. Maybe he'll be back for another season, but here we are. This is the only big action we have. It's Louisville. It's USC. Lewis made the national championship last year. Came up short. Now the number 1 seed. 1st round bye, and up by 4 right now on Louisville, as they will throw from the 22-yard line. Louisville into the right zone they go. Spin move off a defender, and 13 yards inside the 10-yard line. So for the lead, the Cardinals are going to get to the 4. Getting closer. 7:48 into the end zone. Touchdown Cardinals, and they got themselves a 3-point lead. So Lewis on his road, trying to get back to the national championship. It ain't going to be easy against this 9th-ranked 3-loss Louisville team. They're going to give him his best, and as Lewis had an open man, he just misfired it. And then on 3rd down, he's sacked. So just missed opportunity there. He had the open man. He just straight up missed it. It was low. It was behind him. It was just off. As now USC will throw over the middle. That's going to be caught for a 1st down. As now 2nd down and 11. They are going to run inside for a short gain. 3rd down and 10. They'll go with the dig screen, and he's not going to get there. So nice stand by the USC defense. He got 4 minutes, Lewis, and he's just no chance there. Sacked instantly. 3rd and 15. As he'll try to throw on the run, and that is a beautiful ball on the run in a spot where only the receiver can grab that one. That's the type of throw that you're going to need to go back to a national title game. 43-yard line, 3rd and 6. He'll throw short. Hitch route got the 1st down. They're in field goal range to tie this one up, but I think they're going to go for the win here. They got plenty of time to do so. Screen out. Got a lot of room. 1st down and the 22. 2-minute warning has hit. Got to make sure at the very least that when you get this field goal, 1, you at least get a chance at it, and 2, you don't give Louisville too much time to score a response. As a stiff arm there, make it a 1st down. Timeout from injury due to Louisville, as 1:20 to go. Screen, he's inside the 5, he makes a move, and he's in. Touchdown, Trojans. Louisville, though, plenty of time. All their timeouts as well. And they got a big completion there. Timeout burn. That's the first one. 1:14 to go. Gotta go. Another 17-yarder. That's 50-yard line. That's a lot of room already to work with here as you've gotten a lot of yards in a short amount of time. Injury timeout to Louisville again. They get a number of breaks here as they throw around the middle, and it's caught to the 12-yard line. Now, 30 seconds to go. They're running it. I mean, they can afford to do that. You're really close. 3rd and 2 from the 4. 18 seconds for the game. Louisville, end zone, touchdown! And it might just be what they needed to knock them out. They scored with just nothing left. Game over. Louisville stuns the #1 team. And man, I mean, I said you couldn't give Louisville too much time, and you gave them just enough. For John Lewis, it was a little bit worse of a season this year, and he did up his rushing production like impressively. That's a pretty crazy rushing jump, 500 yards more. And you can see where these quarterbacks ended up committing to. So Lewis is actually going to stay for another year. I don't think he needed to, but I mean, he had a step back season. So why not go and try and get back to a national title picture? Get back in there. Maybe up his draft stock. Get into the top 10. Get into the top 5. Do what you got to do. Next crop of guys, DeMarcus Thorpe is going to be here at Michigan for now. Also, Cade Knutson is going to be here, elite dev. So Michigan, you got to imagine at least one of these guys is going to transfer. There's no way they're both just going to sit around here at Michigan. So a battle for some playing time. Glenn Williams at Georgia looks really good, and he's going to have probably an early opportunity to play here. Joe Jones at LSU as well looks pretty solid. I think this is a pretty nice crop of guys. Next set, we have Nick Burks and we have Rashard Northrop. So 2 guys here, and we go to the end of the season. USC back in the #1 spot, this time undefeated. Then we go to Dylan Ebele, who, I mean, hey, he's been pretty consistent the last couple of seasons, but it's just been a consistently whatever team here at Arizona State. Then you go to the bowl game where Georgia's freshman quarterback did get the start, 34-17. Bulldogs winning. Glenn Williams as a true freshman. Yeah, he played like a freshman. That's 20 interceptions, but Georgia won a bowl game, 29 touchdowns, and let's go to the playoffs. So there wasn't a whole lot to really talk about in terms of starters. You know, we're kind of like reloading because we had a couple of years previously where there was like 1 or 2 guys. So, you know, we don't feel the effects of that for a couple of seasons when, you know, some of the other guys graduate and then you realize, well, we only had 1 or 2 guys the last couple of seasons, and then, you know, there's not a lot of quantity of players. But we do have one quality player. Lewis on 4th down is incomplete, but USC up by 10 right now and trying to get back to that national title game. They were stunned last year, and now with a 10-point lead, they don't want to get themselves stunned this year. This will be even worse. This will be even more heartbreaking as Oklahoma 3rd down and 9, and they are going to go out of bounds, 29-yard line, so it'll be a field goal try. Make it a 1-score game. Kick is good, and Oklahoma will be down by 7 as Lewis will take over. He's been, you know, in the playoffs now a pretty comfortable amount. He's pretty battle-tested. He's got that playoff championship, almost championship level experience, but he should be well-equipped. There should be no excuses for him as he's sacked here. Now Oklahoma will take over after the punt. So USC's offense not able to get much done here. They got to turn to their defense. You cannot let Oklahoma tie this one up. That would be just brutal if you do, because, I mean, the momentum would be all thrown off as Oklahoma 3rd down at 7. That was much needed. USC, what a time for their first sack of the game. Gets the ball back, and now Lewis can get to work. He's had a nice game up until this point, and Oklahoma burning timeouts. Here you go. For the first down, he got that. One more to end this game as they'll set up the screen. They're doing it through the air, and it's working. He's got the first. And a couple of first downs, gets the job done, and Lewis 30 of 39, 3 touchdowns. That's what you want to see. And then in the semifinals, well, Michigan scored a touchdown with like less than a minute to go to make it a 2-score game, but USC dominated. USC took care of business here, 35-21 your final, and they are on to the national championship. So USC has made it back after a first-round bye and a dominant semifinals performance. They are here in the national championship taking on Arkansas. The issue is, right now, they are down by 10, but they have the football. Lewis, not an overly productive game, but he has his chance here. No, picked off. And Lewis, oh, we're getting flashbacks. He already played one terrible national championship game, but will he actually end up playing another one, as Arkansas's quarterback has been terrible? I mean, 3 picks, no touchdowns for Arkansas's QB. This is a game you gotta win. Like, they have given you the opportunity, but they're converting right now, and they are moving the ball to the 46-yard line. There he goes on the ground. And again, first down into enemy territory. It's not like their run game has been overly crazy either, as he throws the crosser. First down. Man, I mean, now you got to keep him out of the end zone here from the 30. They're losing time. You're losing everything right now. You can't get a stop. You can't buy one. They're in the red zone. Arkansas on the flats. He's got room to run. He'll take that for about 4 on the play. He'll give him a 3rd down and 6 from the 5-minute mark. He'll go to the end zone over the head of everybody. I mean, you just lost so much time on that drive, though. Field goal up and good. Makes it a 13-point game. So 2 touchdowns in under 5 minutes. Lewis, yeah, got some magic in you, as he gets a lot of room to run there after the catch. So already to about midfield. You need to score, I'd say, just before the 2-minute warning and hold on to your timeouts. So it's very doable. You got a minute and a half kind of before that deadline hits. So 33-yard line. Lewis throwing. Got him. First down again, and they are moving it probably the best that they have all game. About at the red zone now. Here they go. Inside 15, inside the 10, goal to go. Hurrying it back to the line from the 9 as they'll go into the 1-yard line. They got to hurry it back right before the 2-minute warning. Can you find the end zone here? End zone, no! Jumped in front and picked off. I mean, he just forced that one. I said you had to score before the 2-minute warning, but like, the important thing was just to score in general. You still had all your timeouts, but that's just brutal. You forced that one. You just did. And USC, they got the stop. They got the ball back, but now you're relying on an onside kick. Even if you do score a touchdown here, they're going to have an onside kick with very little time to go. And Lewis, it might go down as just 2-time national championship runner-up, 2-time loser in the big game, as with 30 seconds to go from the 13, Lewis is going to go outside and complete 4th down. I mean, will they even get their chance at the onside? Lewis will go end zone, touchdown USC, and well, they will get an onside. Kick is picked up, and Arkansas goes down. Arkansas will win it, and Lewis, 2 picks, better than his last championship performance, but the pick in the end zone, that was the one that did him in. I mean, you score a touchdown there. Your defense did end up getting a stop, so it was just down to you. I mean, Lewis, he had an incredible year. Look at the efficiency. His completion percentage was up by 14%. He was awesome. He proved himself worthy of being a top draft pick. Just couldn't get it done in the big game, though. Eberle was also a first-round pick. Jamison Sullivan will end up going to North Texas, who, you know, they got a rich history of quarterbacks. I don't know if he'll even play. Cade Knutson will also go to Clemson. Nick Burks to Texas Tech. Rashard Northrup to SMU. So, yeah, you can see Sullivan. Even at an 88 overall, he's still not going to be able to play because Texas, like I said, North Texas just be farming good quarterbacks. Glenn Williams here will get another start in his year 2 at Georgia. Nick Burks. So, yeah, that's really all we're going to have for starters this year. It's going to be a pretty short year. Northrup, a star dev at SMU. And we'll see, like, I mean, I don't know what the percentage of these guys who end up transferring are going to be, but it's pretty high. But next set of guys, we have 4 more. Vince Bridges, looks pretty nice. Dallas Poole, a dual threat. 95 throw power with 84 speed. Dave Kafka, 94 power, 82 speed. A pocket passer here. And he looks pretty okay as well. So I think we have a nice, group of guys coming in. And North Texas does make the playoffs, but obviously, like I said, Sullivan was a backup. And then Georgia, they did make a bowl game, but it was against Nevada, and they just dominated them. Williams, 38 touchdowns, 8 picks, a huge improvement from his first season, but like I said, this is a pretty nothing year in terms of what we have going on. Glenn Williams ends up leaving. He goes to the transfer portal. I guess he wants to compete, and he thinks he could do that at Tennessee. Rashard Northrup also transfers to Missouri. Nick Burke also transfers to Oklahoma State. So, like I said, the transfers are out of control here. I mean, here's the 4 players, though. This is where they start their careers. Eli Lemon, he was a couple of years ago, but it took him his full career, but he's finally going to be a starter. Also, DeMarcus Thorpe at Michigan. He's going to start. Cade Knutson, huge leap from him at Clemson. He's going to start. So that's really interesting. Glenn Williams, big leap from him. He's going to be at Tennessee now, starting quarterback for them. Joe Jones at LSU. So here we are. We've recouped, and we've reloaded with a lot of starters. Vince Bridges as well. We'll see how long it takes for him to get a starting job. He's sitting behind Williams, so you know, Tennessee should be pretty locked and loaded for a couple of years if he sticks around. Dallas Poole will actually be a starter day 1 at Syracuse, so good on him. You know, went to a school where you can get an early opportunity. Dave Kafka at Texas, star dev. Looks all right. So, yeah, I mean, we got plenty of quarterbacks in the world of college football this time around. A&M Elite Dev. And, you know, we got a couple of good ones as a freshman coming in here. So another group of 4 guys. And this upcoming one, just 2. Patrick Gilliam, who's a bust. Looks really rough, honestly. Looks pretty bad. And then Sean Thorne, gem, looks pretty nice as a backfield creator. And Cade Knutson wins Heisman Trophy as we get to the end of the season. So for Clemson, they go 13-0, and they get the Heisman winner out of nowhere. He transferred from Michigan. Michigan rocks with Thorne, and maybe they got the wrong quarterback. The better one might have went to Clemson. Joe Jones doesn't make a bowl game. 5 wins for him. Just a pretty whatever season for Jones, as no bowl game for Dallas Poole either. I mean, true freshman starting in the ACC at Syracuse, yeah, it was probably going to be a pretty rough one, but maybe he could develop into something nice because he's got that early playing time. And here we go, playoff opportunity here. So here's Glenn Williams, transferred from Georgia, 2 years starting at Georgia, made big strides from year 1 to year 2, transferred to go and get an opportunity to play in the playoffs, and well, he made good on that promise. 5 seed taking on Fresno State as the fumble out of bounds at the 1-yard line, but they can go up by 2 scores here. Williams will run it in, touchdown. Heavy favorites over Fresno State, and they're already up 14 in this 4th quarter. But can Fresno put on the pressure here and make them sweat a little bit? Maybe pull off an upset. Fresno, play action, deep ball, got a man, and it'll be tracked down at the 26-yard line as they go play action again. Rolling right, he'll try and get past the defense. He just couldn't, had to throw it away. 3rd down and 9 as the pressure coming in again. He's got a roll and incomplete. 4th down, rough spot to be in. 4th down and long with 8 minutes to go on the road against a good team. They're going to take the field goal. Maybe hope for Tennessee to make a mistake here, but in the first play of the drive, Williams, no, they're not letting off the gas pedal quite yet. It's a big shot for 25 yards. And yeah, they're going to go on the ground now, 3rd down and 9, but they've already got themselves in pretty good field position, and an incomplete pass. Fresno gets the stop, but Tennessee will pin them back to their own 29-yard line. Maybe the punt could have been a little bit better, but yeah, just like that, one play, they find themselves at the 45 after a 16-yard gain. And now an interception. That ball hung up a little too much. And Tennessee, yeah, that was probably going to be Fresno's best chance to pull themselves back into this one. But now getting the football in enemy territory, 3rd down and long. Williams overshoots his man, and that was really a rough drive and a chance to put that game away. But you've given Fresno another chance, a sack. How about another sack, a fumble? Okay, yeah, I think you've run out of chances now, Fresno. Scooped up inside the 5. Williams in the flats. Touchdown for a 3-score lead. And Fresno State eventually finds themselves driving down the field with 3 minutes to go. And they will find the end zone very late, but with an onside kick. Kick is up and into the hands of Tennessee, as with 3 minutes to go, the Volunteers go with a draw, run, 1st down, and more inside the 15. And Fresno, yeah, it's just not going to happen for them. I think a pretty valiant fight for them, but not to be. And Tennessee punches it into the end zone just for a good measure. So Williams takes home a playoff win as he Has just one touchdown, but a pretty clean game, pretty efficient game. Does what he needs to do. Michigan and Tennessee now is the battle, so a little 5-star matchup. It's Thorpe, it's Williams, and look at the D lineman at Tennessee bowling him over. Thorpe injured on the play. Field goal good from Michigan, 17-15, Tennessee on top. Williams hands, and the running back will get him to 3rd down and inches. They will not sneak it. They'll just go straight handoff out of shotgun, and they got the 1st down. 11 for 71 for the back. Williams play action, and that ball dangerously up there for 2 defenders. Maybe have a chance at it. Doesn't happen. 3rd down and 7. Broken up, was short of the line anyway. Now you go back. Thorne is fine. He's back in the game, but playing a little banged up, and a great play along the sidelines for the defender. Picked off. It's just, I mean, he played that like the receiver, and then right back at him, picked off the other way. I guess we're just going to trade it and act like nothing happened. Both quarterbacks make a mistake, but they nullify one another. That mistake almost overcame the other two, though. That was a fumble that his offense recovered, but that'll get sacked, and the Tennessee D-line is just dominating right now. 3rd and 21. He'll just throw it as far as he can, and putting it up there. No, he had a step. And he had quite a few steps. It was just he couldn't throw it far enough. And that was probably a situation where he just needed to get that one down there earlier, as Tennessee will take over. Good field position, 6 minutes to go. You find the end zone here. I find it hard to believe Michigan can pull it off. Find field goal, though. Michigan gonna need to try to force that field goal, and they're not going to. Just turns around, runs by the defense, and goes all the way. A short pass taking the distance, and Michigan down by 2 scores. Thorne in the flats finds the fullback, and he gets a 1st down to the 37-yard line. 5 minutes to go. Screen! Oh, the D-lineman! This Tennessee D-line is on another level! He just picked off the screen, and now Tennessee's got it back. This is ridiculous. I feel bad for Thorne. I mean, that's not even really on him. That's Tennessee. Quick throw. Reaches for the 1st down, and more time coming off the clock here. And yeah, for Michigan, this one might just be all done for inside the 10. 3rd and 4. 3.5 to go. Williams, end zone, broken up. So Michigan, I mean, they're going to go for it on 4th down. Why not? I mean, you're still up by 2 scores regardless of the field goal, and it's going to be incomplete. So Michigan will take over, but you're backed up, and you got to go a long way. You have now 98 yards of field in front of you starting that drive off, as Thorne is going to go over the middle, find a receiver. They're moving it well so far, but with 3 timeouts, you got to score quickly still, and there's that quick score. There it is, 58 yards, touchdown Michigan. And Tennessee couldn't have predicted that they'd go 92 yards in like a minute. As Tennessee now, they got to run the ball here, and they get the 1st down and 1 more, and they can survive this one without giving Michigan a chance in it. Williams read option, and there's the 1st down. Game over. So Michigan gave him a little bit of a scare there with that drive, but Thorne is just, oh, what a brutal game. Like, Thorpe is just, yikes. that was awful. 100 yards and 3 picks, so that'll be Williams moving on to the next round. And we'll also catch Cade Knutson here in a 13-0, number 1 Clemson Heisman Trophy winner, and taking on Oklahoma, who is number 9, 12-2. Knutson is going to throw outside, taken away by the Oklahoma defense. And they're going to have the football in a great spot now, already up by 5, and they'll run a screen to get them to 3rd down and 5. Option, they hand it to the back end. He won't get there. 4th and 3, so they'll settle for a field goal, meaning that one was almost blocked, and it is good. But meaning it'll be an 8-point game, still 1 score. Got to get the touchdown, the 2-point conversion. But Cade Knutson, are you not ready for prime time? What in the world are you doing? Pick 6. Cade Knutson is just, that was ugly. 2 passes we've seen, 2 picks. And I mean, hey, Heisman Trophy, cool. But what are you doing in the biggest moment of the season for your team? Run the ball here, but you're down by 2 touchdowns now. And they'll keep on running. I mean, I don't know if I trust Knutson either with the way he's playing. They'll go read option. Have him run the ball. There you go. Big run. Can he take it? It's down to the 5. So Knutson can move. down to the 2, 3rd down and goal, end zone, touchdown, Clemson. And no 2-point conversion here. They'll save that for if they add another touchdown. They'll go 3rd down and 10. Oklahoma trying to put this one away. A couple of first downs would do it. He's going to throw deep on the run. And double coverage, and it's incomplete. So Clemson, Knutson can still be the hero here. Even though he dug them this hole, he can dig them back out of it. He ran for a big play, threw the touchdown. Now he'll keep it again. Knutson is going to get the first down. And there he goes to the 30-yard line with 2 minutes to go. Quick pass. That'll be about 7 yards in the play. 3rd down and 1. They'll go with a handoff. Running back, not able to get it. It'll lose a yard. 4th and 2. Minute 20 to go. It's in the hands of Knutson. He'll go. It's incomplete. Threw it where 3 defenders were waiting on it. And now Oklahoma. 1 first down. That is going to be an incomplete pass. That's pretty big. And they'll run it. That incomplete pass just gave Clemson a chance. If they literally just ran the ball 3 times, just kneeled it 3 times, they would have had like 20 seconds to go. Instead, Clemson has a minute from the 34. Knutson, how many more chances do you need? And he dives ahead for a first down. At least his running game has been great. Knutson hit as he's throwing. Ball floated up. It's caught, and he's down to the 6. And that ball just floated to him. Quick ball in the end zone. Touchdown. Clemson, they can pull this one up, and they do the 2-point conversion. It's caught. It's good. We're going to overtime. Cade Knutson. That's the Heisman winner we wanted to see. That was more like it. There you go. He'll get it first. And quick ball incomplete. 2nd down and 10. Knutson will swing it outside. Running back. That's not going to be a lot of room, though. He'll get maybe a yard. They give him 1. 3rd down and 9 as Knutson with a clean pocket. Just no one's getting open. No time. And he had it. He had time, but when you get nobody open like that, you eventually are going to run out of time. And Clemson has to settle for a field goal. Oklahoma is going to have it now. Well, 1 play. Are they going to score on 1 play? No, down to the 2. And Oklahoma for the win to take out the Heisman winner. Touchdown. Game over. Oklahoma wins it. Knutson goes down. 4 touchdowns, but 3 picks. He dug them a hole. He dug them out of the hole. And then, just didn't go his way in overtime. Great season, though, as a whole. That's a really great season for him. And, he had a 7 touchdown game against Pitt as well. Now we go back to Tennessee. They're taking on Oklahoma. It's their turn. Can Glenn Williams get it done here? Williams started from day 1, moved to Tennessee, wanted to compete, and now up by 10. Oklahoma, though, has the football in Tennessee territory as they will have him for 6 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 5. They'll set up the screen. They got it outside. And he'll not get to the marker. He won't even come close. They'll settle for a long field goal. This is 56 yards. But this is to make it a 1-score game. And a huge kick is through. 27 points on the board for Oklahoma. 37 for Tennessee. A sack will set them out to 3rd down and long. Play action. Williams is looking, throws it out of bounds. Just wanted to avoid taking a sack that would potentially result in a safety or a backed up punt. So, you just had to play with what you had there, and you didn't have much to work with. Oklahoma, though, they're going to be driving now. You get a punt where you set them up at close to midfield. And then Oklahoma, they aren't having to move much as they're already 4th and inches at the 27-yard line. With 5 minutes to go, direct snap. It was a wildcat to the running back. Direct snap to the back goes for 9. As with 4.5 to go, they got him in the red zone to the 13-yard line. Now, quick throw to the outside. Tackle down. Nice job to jump on him there. 4th down and 4. Can they get another conversion here? End zone. Incomplete. Tennessee's defense comes up big, and Williams delivers a first down. Here you go. This is where you start to try to run this clock out. Quick to the running back. That's smart. That's good. And the running back dances to make it a first down. Here's where the clock comes down, though. Tennessee's going to have to start forcing those timeouts, and there's 1. They took a sack, though. It's 3rd down and 15, and he'll throw it down the field. He had him. No, he had him, but he missed it. That was your chance. It wouldn't have outright ended the game, but you had a chance to maybe run all the way for a touchdown, which would have ended it, or at the very least, I just cannot believe what I'm watching now. There's no way that's pass interference. There's no way on 3rd and 8. It's pass interference. Oklahoma has just been giving us third life in this one. A missed ball, a pass interference, 2nd and 16. This is ridiculous. 3rd down and 10. Don't mess up again, Tennessee. Come on, national championship's on the line, but he's got to be. No, caught, touchdown, Oklahoma. You've got to be kidding me. This is ridiculous right now. Glenn Williams. All right, you got to make up for that missed ball. And no, he doesn't. He doesn't. He missed again. It's picked off. Oklahoma to the 10. What is going on? What is going on right now? Oklahoma, touchdown immediately. They're winning with a minute to go, and Williams has to go 91 yards. There's the big play. He spins off a tackler. Oh, come on. Go. Can he outrun him? He's down to the 22. What a play to break off that tackle. That a completion there to the 4. 2nd and goal. End zone. Oh, it's broken up. 3rd down and goal. 39 seconds. And Williams, end zone. Touchdown. We're going to overtime. This has been a wild one out of nowhere. 10 points down from Oklahoma. All of a sudden to 7 points up to overtime. And Oklahoma starts with the football. And they will break a tackle. That somehow gets them 2 yards. Should have been a loss on the play. Play action now. That's a completion. That's a 1st down. As a 2nd and 11, they will go handoff with room. Inside the 5. 1st down and goal at the 3. And they hand it, no fake. It's the quarterback in. Touchdown, Sooners. Williams, you need to respond with a touchdown. You did it to close out the 4th quarter. Now that was a dangerous ball. That could have been the game ender right there. As overtime continues, he'll get a completion and a walk-in. Touchdown. Now we're on to 2nd overtime. Williams hands it off. That'll be stopped in the backfield. He'll get maybe half a yard of a loss as that Williams will go play action. Throws it outside. Caught. And 5 yards on the play. 3rd down and 5. Williams will go down the middle. High ball. Snagged. And Williams has him 1st and goal at the 7. The run. Loses his 2 yards on the play. Keep it going. 4-man rush. Williams. Touchdown. Touchdown, Williams. And they'll go for 2 now to try and make it the 8-point game. Williams is sacked. He tried to run. Couldn't get there. Oklahoma knows what they need now. Their turn. Touchdown and 2-pointer to win. A touchdown just to extend it to 3rd overtime if they don't get the 2. And Tennessee, a stop away from the win. Oklahoma slides down. Sooners 3rd down and 2 from the 17. They go read option. Defender in. It's a fumble, but he jumps on it. He jumps on it. They'll keep the ball. Now Wildcat. 4th down. Wildcat. He's got the 1st. They go Wildcat on the game on the line. And now Williams has to just watch his defense allow a 1st and goal from the 4. As they go Wildcat again. Direct snap. Touchdown. Touchdown, Sooners. How about the win now? He's not going to get it. 2-point conversion. 2-point shootout. Triple overtime. Oklahoma got the 1st one. Tennessee needs to respond. This is for 4th overtime option. Pitch it out. He's chased. He's down. Tennessee loses in triple overtime. 56-54. Williams threw 6 touchdowns, but it wasn't enough. My goodness, man. That is brutal. 6 touchdowns wasn't enough. I know the 1 pick was the costly one, but man, he did a lot in that game to come up empty-handed. I mean, at the end of the day, he put up 54 points. At that point, what do you even say? Knutson ends up going to the NFL as a sophomore redshirt 1st-round pick. I mean, he just had the Heisman season. I mean, no reason to really stay. Sean Thorne, though, how about that? Temple snags a 5-star quarterback outright. That's really interesting. DeMarcus Thorpe still sticking around here at Michigan, a starter. Britton's also starting at Georgia Tech. Joe Jones at LSU once again. Vince Bridges now will take over for Tennessee. So he stuck around, waited his turn. Now he's the starter. Dallas Poole will also be still starting at Syracuse. Dave Kafka for Texas will be the starter. And also we have Texas A&M with a new starting quarterback. So a lot of guys coming up. Patrick Gilliam. Yeah, I don't have much confidence in this guy. Normal Dev. He's going to have an uphill battle to be a good player. But Sean Thorne, meanwhile, at Temple. Temple's got themselves an elite dev quarterback, and Temple's not bad at all. Like, for a group team, they're one of the better ones. Like, maybe not North Texas good, but pretty good. So we have 3 more quarterbacks here, a couple of busts, though. And we go to the playoffs, and here you see Temple is in the playoffs. And they're not just in the playoffs, they're in the playoffs with a starting freshman quarterback. But we'll see what these guys have. Ben Britton, really not a great season at Georgia Tech, so I mean, nothing really to go crazy about here. Dallas Poole, big step up, but unfortunately 6-6 wasn't enough to get them a bowl game when they finished that float down in the ACC. But I mean, a big step up season from Poole, like really nice year from him. Go to bowl action where LSU takes care of North Texas 24-10, so North Texas not really able to do much there. Joe Jones, okay season. I mean, not ideal still. Like, he's still not all that good completion percentage-wise, but at least he kept the turnovers down. I mean, for a 93 overall, we'll see what he has. Then we got some other bowl action here. We tune in with 4 minutes to go. It's Texas versus Ohio State. 20-20 your score. Kafka with the ball, 4 minutes to go in a tie game, and he's getting sacked. Loses 5 on the play as Kafka will get sacked again. 3rd and 22. 3 minutes to play. And they send the blitz. He beats it with the completion, but I mean, he dug themselves too much of a hole with the sack there, both of them, and Ohio State will take over. They'll run for a first down and 11 yards there. Now 6 yards will set them up with a 3rd down and 4. They'll scramble. Quarterback for Ohio State sliding down for a first. And they'll have a minute and a half to go. Pass up the seam will be a first down. There you go again, Ohio State in field goal range now, and this is looking like a 4th and inches. That was really close. I mean, if they converted that, that is looking like you can just run the rest of the clock out. Ohio State instead will take the field goal there, leave Texas with just 48 seconds to go, and Kafka just can't do anything. He's sacked again. 45 seconds. Sacked again. 3rd and 21. Do you have a throw in you? He's going to load up and hit as he's thrown. Incomplete. 4th and 21. He hasn't gotten a clean throw off yet. He'll finally do it. And by that point, oh, he got a catch. How did he catch that one? 27 seconds to play. Kafka moving, running, sliding down. That's really bad. You lose a lot of time there. It's just 10 seconds to play. And he'll throw it on 3rd and 5 out of bounds. 8 seconds to go. You're basically setting up to throw it deep here. They're going to go all the way for the Hail Mary for the win. Incomplete. I think that was pretty bad management at the end of the game, but also the offensive line was just brutal there. Fortunately for Texas, they do go down, but Dave Kafka, really good signs as a redshirt freshman. 40 touchdowns, 7 picks, 4,000 yards. I mean, you get a little bit better of a team around him, they might be able to go somewhere. Now, unfortunately, this one was a close one. The reason I went through the end of it, Kansas wins 16-13, is A&M's quarterback got knocked out in the first half of the game, so I wasn't going to sit here and have you guys watch the backup play. So he ends up throwing 27 touchdowns, 20 picks, so not a great redshirt freshman season. I did run into one little hiccup in this video. This is the only game that was, like, broken when I went back to record, or edit the footage and everything. This game just was like a black screen, was laggy. The footage was bad from just this game specifically, so I mean, I had to cut the game. Tennessee lost in the playoffs to UConn 20-24, so like, you didn't miss anything crazy, but like, it was just a little minor hiccup. Everything else is fine in this video, but you know, in a 30-hour recording session, sometimes a mistake or a little bit of an issue can happen. So we'll just move on here to a bit of a surprise. Temple 13-0. That's not the surprising part that they're in the playoffs. I mean, maybe a little bit, but it's the fact that they're up 23-6 on Georgia. Their defense got a pick, and they are going to add on a field goal to make it 26-6. So a true freshman quarterback comes in, lights up the scoreboard, and takes Temple to the playoffs. And right now they're on the verge of beating Georgia. So they will see if they can just come out here and hold on. Up by 20 with 8 minutes to go. Georgia to the air, outside. The ball is caught at the 24-yard line. So, I mean, it would take a catastrophic collapse to lose this game. But, I mean, They were underdogs to the highest degree in this one. The talent differential is definitely clear. Temple, like I said, was earlier like a nice team. They're like a pretty solid, like 80 overall squad, but they're not Georgia, who finds the end zone there. 26-13, 6 minutes to go, and he's getting brought down. 3rd down and 8, so they aren't able to move the ball much. Don't go 3 and out, they'll throw it deep, and that's not what you need to see. It was in triple coverage. Almost picked off. As Georgia will find a receiver now, and this is maybe going to get a little scary. Are they going to blow this lead as they get 9 yards on 1st down? A 1st down conversion here. 3:50 to go. 34-yard line. They're still running the football. I mean, you can run it, I guess, but I really think you should be throwing, as they're right there going to get an incomplete pass, and it's 4th and 8. Now maybe the game on the line. Here it is, he's throwing, it's incomplete, and I think Temple might be able to pull this one off. An upset, a huge upset. 3 minutes to go. RPO, throwing down the middle. That's going to be caught for a first. Clock is ticking. RPO again. Defender was sitting on it. No. Picked off and caught. Tracked down at the 26-yard line, but Temple picked off. And Georgia, they still have all their timeouts and the 2-minute warning. 3rd down and 6 from the 22. Incomplete. And there's a flag. This is not going to happen, is it? Georgia draws the pass interference, throws it over the middle. There's a catch. He's inside the 10, down to the 6. 2-minute warning hits. Georgia, though, all their timeouts. 3rd and 4. Pass over the middle. It's caught. Touchdown, Bulldogs. And it's just a 6-point game. Can they get the stop? Georgia, no, they can't. Okay, one more 1st down will do it for good. And the run. Temple survives the comeback attempt. And Temple just beat Georgia in the playoffs. Thorne, I mean, it was ugly, but it works. And in the 2nd round, though, they kind of ran out of luck. 30-6 against Oklahoma. So, I mean, it was fun for a moment, but Sean Thorne comes in as a true freshman and beats Georgia in the playoffs and wins 14 games. Like, yeah, that's pretty incredible. DeMarcus Thorpe will go pro, and he'll get drafted. Joe Jones transfers from LSU to Alabama. Dallas Poole goes from Syracuse to Pitt, and Nick Burks has just transferred like every single season. I think he's on like his 4th team. He's at TCU now, hasn't played yet. Trevor Joseph, we ran into that where he didn't commit anywhere. Oscar Bibbs and Frazier did, but Joseph, I mean, if he doesn't go anywhere, he doesn't go anywhere. Like, we can't really control that. Nick Burks is finally going to get a start, though, on his, like, 4th different team. And Vince Bridges, this is really interesting. Bridges is a 90 overall. He took a nice jump up, but he's not the starter. Tennessee had a different quarterback, like, take a massive leap, and now Bridges went from playoff quarterback to backup. That's really unfortunate for a 90 overall quarterback that we're kind of rooting for here. Sean Thorne, again, still going to be the starter at Temple. Temple's doing pretty good. Oscar Bibbs at Tennessee as well. Yeah, I mean, he looks pretty nice. Tennessee's just been all over the place with these quarterbacks. They just haven't been able to get to the national championship with any of them. Martin Frazier is at TCU as well. So, number of starting quarterbacks, and we have 2 more here. Marquise Merrill is going to be the first one, dual threat, and he's all right. And then Nick Van Lanen, pocket passer. 89 throw power could be a little bit better, but again, he's all right. We also have a 3rd one that I had to go to a different team to scout them because it was proximity to home. Emmanuel Abbott, only a couple of teams could even get him because he's proximity to home from Oregon, and he looks like he could be one of the best players of the video. He looks special. So we go to the playoffs here. Dave Kafka, 1st team All-NCAA, no Heisman Trophy, but NCAA 1st team quarterback. Joe Jones, no bowl game at Alabama. Alabama's been such a non-factor in these last couple of videos, I feel like. I don't know what's going on with them in this sim. They don't exist anymore these days. A&M, 5-7, but 35 touchdowns, 5 picks. I mean, a pretty big step up from the 20 picks that were thrown last year. 2 500-yard performances. Texas, I mean, they didn't make the playoffs, and they instead got a consolation prize of Wyoming in a bowl game, so you can imagine how that went. Dave Kafka, 51 touchdowns, 5 picks, 70% completion percentage, including a 7-touchdown game against FCS, 6 touchdowns against Auburn, though, which is pretty impressive. And then another bowl game here. Dallas Poole for a ranked Pitt squad, 49-10, 35 touchdowns, 5 picks, so able to win a little bit more and still put up pretty good production as well. So Poole, good on him for that. And this one really hurts. Sean Thorne partially tore his ACL, and he was doing pretty solid. He was 5-1 on the season with his squad. His only loss by 3 to number 6 Notre Dame. So Temple was well on their way to like maybe shocking the world again or something, but unfortunate there as we go to Tennessee versus TCU, and we would have been watching this game for Bridges, but he's sitting on the bench right now. Instead, we're watching this game for TCU's guy, Burks. He's swapped teams. I think he's, like I said, I think he's on his 4th different team, but he's found a home maybe. He's the starter of a first-round bye squad. Burks, 12-1 TCU, already up by 13 and a 3rd down and 6 from the 8-yard line. Burks is going to run, going to get sacked, and they will have to settle for a field goal. So it'll be a 16-point lead in Tennessee, perennially in the playoffs, but perennially not in the championship. It feels like they very well could go down, and I know Vaughn Silver here is the better quarterback, but he's not playing too well right now for one, and two, maybe Bridges should have just been the guy they stuck with. Maybe benching Bridges was not the move. We'll see if Bridges even wants to stick around after his benching. And, I mean, it's just a really frustrating situation. I wonder what Tennessee fans would feel like. A guy took you to the playoffs, goes out in round 1. Then you go and you get a new guy in. You're in the playoffs. You might go out round 1 again. So they are going to drive in, score a touchdown here, but 2-point conversion's ultimately going to be what this comes down to make it the 1-score game, and they don't get it. 5 minutes to go, so all that work for a touchdown just for it to still be a 2-score game. Maybe 10 points is a little bit better, but still, you need to get a stop here with under 5 minutes to go. And TCU, they are in cruise control right now. Draw play, up the middle, another first down, moving the ball, 46-yard line. Now a 4-yard gain to get them to another conversion here at 2nd and 6 for the first down there in field goal range. But it's not even about the field goal. It's just about running this clock. Tennessee out of timeouts. This has been a dominant drive of this has been picture perfect. 2nd and 1, one more first down. They got it. That was easy for them. That was just too easy. Tennessee bows out in round 1 again, and Bridges had to watch from the bench while Burks completed only 41% of his passes, was terrible, and won. But, I mean, his terrible play wasn't going to be able to get him out of this one. Louisville wins 33-3 in the semifinals. Burks just didn't play good in the playoffs. He played good in the regular season, but he was terrible in the playoffs. I mean, you've seen what his stats were in the first game. The second game, they weren't much better. Joe Jones ends up being a first-round pick despite never winning really anything. Dave Kafka, he ends up declaring, which is rough. Dallas Poole transfers again. He goes to Ohio State. And we have Merrill to Clemson, Abbott to Boise, and Notre Dame grabbing a quarterback as well. Burks, can he play a good playoff game? Can he get his team back to the playoffs? Rashard Northrup took him a couple of years, but he's starting at Missouri now. Vince Bridges back as a starter. He didn't transfer. He's now starting once again. Dallas Poole, really good player. Maxed out power, maxed out accuracy at Ohio State. Maybe he just kept transferring up to the point where now he can go and be a contender somewhere. Sean Thorne, I mean, he was doing really good until he got hurt. We'll see if he can come back from the injury strong. Marquise Merrill, pretty high overall, star dev, and maybe we'll see if he can get a starting opportunity next season. I don't know if it'll be due to transfer or due to him being a high enough overall. Emmanuel Abbott looks to be amazing, elite dev, but the athletic traits and tools are there. I mean, you see the 87 speed and throw power. Nick Van Lanning is also elite dev, but he's a little bit lower overall for Notre Dame. So he might need to transfer just because Notre Dame's always pretty stacked there as well. Only one quarterback this year, but a pretty fun dual threat. 89 speed, 89 excel, Javier Stock, and Vince Bridges. Maybe a little redemption tour. He wins the Heisman Trophy. And undefeated Tennessee. I mean, it's when's it going to happen for Tennessee? Also, Temple goes undefeated again now under Thorne being healthy now. He didn't miss any time. So we also have Temple involved, and they've been really good ever since he's gotten there. As we go to bowl action where Texas A&M is going to get smacked by Duke 30-7. So rough there. and 31 touchdowns and 9 picks. I mean, he's just kind of been all right. You know, the yards per attempt and completion percentage are a little rough. Playoff action. Temple, though, they made the playoffs, but they get destroyed by Ole Miss, which is really unfortunate. So they've been blown out in the playoffs twice now. But Sean Thorne, I mean, 30 touchdowns to just 2 picks, and like he's just a straight up winner right now for these guys. I mean, I still will give him a lot of credit, even if Temple isn't like going crazy in the playoffs. They've gotten blown out twice. They almost blew the lead to Georgia. Like, just for Temple to be a perennial playoff team is really impressive. Now let's go to the Heisman winner, Bridges. What do you got, man? Tennessee. I mean, we've seen a handful of different quarterbacks play for this Tennessee squad. None of them have been able to get it done. Will Bridges, he sat the bench for a year. He won the Heisman now. He's back. He's undefeated. He's the guy. Can he get it done? They're up 19-16. And Tennessee's perennial long quest to be a national championship just in the game. Not even be the national championship, just make it to the game. Well, it continues here as Miami will throw for a first down and in position to tie this game up with the 24-yard line, 6.5 minutes to go. Miami underneath. They'll get a completion for 5 yards on the play. They're in the red zone, 3rd down and 4. As they got time, they find a receiver, but it's well shy of the line. 4th and 3, they'll kick it, and field goal is good. Miami ties it up with 5 to go. Bridges will hand it off as he'll get about 5 on the play. 3rd down and 5. And Bridges, oh, that was contested. Both guys had a chance at it. Nobody came up with it. Probably lucky there that you only got away with an incomplete pass. Could have been picked. They'll punt. Miami from the 44. Flats gets the first, breaks off a tackle, and Miami to the first down marker at the 47-yard line. Direct snap, that'll be a keeper. He gets to the outside. He's got room, 1 to beat, and tackled down at the 8. Just almost took it all the way, but Miami finishes off the drive almost right there. A yard out, and this time, no, not quite. 4th and goal from like the inch-yard line, and they kick it. I'll give Tennessee's defense the credit there. That was a pretty good stop at the goal line, so you've at least made it so you just need a field goal. 3rd down and 2. Running up the middle, that's going to be a first down. All right, you got 1:16, 2 timeouts, so you got plenty of chances here. Bridges has got a completion. Show them why you're the Heisman winner. 50 seconds. Bridges got a completion right at the midfield stripe as now 3rd down and 1. They'll go to a little sweep, and the receiver gets the first down. Hurry it back to the line. 29 seconds to go. Just 1 first down, and you're probably in field goal range. There's going to be pretty close. I think he can kick from there. You want to get it closer, though. And they'll run. Not quite there. 4th and inches. They'll kick it. All right, this is going to be 54 yards for overtime. Field goal for another chance at overtime. Kick is good. And we'll be headed to see if maybe Bridges can do what his previous guy Williams couldn't do. That was when he lost to Oklahoma in the overtime game. It went to triple overtime. Tennessee, can you do it? Can you win in overtime here? 22-22, Miami with the ball first. Gets into the flats inside the 10. Running through a defender to the 5-yard line. They'll go back him up at 3rd down and 4, and they'll throw a quick hitter. He breaks the tackle down to the 1. That could have been the chance to get off the field. From the 1, toss it out. Touchdown, Miami. Tennessee, it's your time to shine, Bridges. Show him, like I said, why you're the Heisman winner. He gets to the 10-yard line, immediate 15 yards. Bridges will throw short. Running back just falls ahead to the 2-yard line. 3rd and goal. Keeper Bridges. Stop for a loss of 4. 4th and goal. Game on the line. Bridges. No, not gonna go his way. Tennessee doesn't have it. It doesn't matter who's quarterback for these guys. Tennessee just can't get it done. And Bridges just loses despite winning a Heisman Trophy. He had an awesome season. I mean, just a great year for him, and this wasn't enough. And that's what it just hurts. I mean, it hurts. So we go over to TCU. I mean, hey, this dude, Burks, has transferred a couple of times found his home at TCU. Even though he hasn't played a good playoff game, he got himself now 2 straight first-round byes. He's got a playoff win on his resume. Let's see if he can play better this year. 24-14 is the score. Georgia in the red zone, though, looking to make it a 1-score game, and it's not going to be able to do a field goal. It's going to be a touchdown. Georgia makes it 24-21, and they will turn things over to Burks, as Burks now will take over. 2nd and 4 handoff. It'll be 3rd and 1. 25-yard line. Run it again. Break a tackle. And the running back doing his thing. All right, Burks now spread the field. 3rd down and 5. That ball caught. Breaks a tackle. Gets past the first down line in a huge play. Burks over 300 yards, looking like his best playoff game up until this point, as he'll have a clean pocket. He'll run. Burks, he hesitated a little bit, might have costed him a couple of yards. It's going to be 4th and 2, and they're going for it. Bold, and he doesn't get it. They couldn't kick the field goal. Also, Burks, he did hesitate on the run. I think that costed him the first down ultimately. If he was decisive and just sprinted straight forward ahead, I think he would have gotten it. Luckily for you, your defense comes up with a huge stop to give you the football back, and this is the game right here, basically. This drive will determine it. And Burks, oh no, picked off. Why are you throwing across your body? Back. Oh my goodness, you cannot make a play like that. Gonna say, like, 3.5 minutes to go. That's the spot you want to be in to run out the clock to win the game. Instead, Georgia, they are in a spot where they can win the game. I mean, at the very least, they're gonna be able to tie this thing up, barring a turnover, and now they're at goal to go. 2 minutes have hit, and a read option to the outside. Touchdown, Bulldogs. And Burks now needs to go in a game winner. He's got 1.5 minutes to go. Play action into the flats. He'll hit a fullback for a short gain. 3rd down and 4. Burks to the air, and he's sacked. Fumble, lineman jumps on it. 4th down and 7. Game on the line for Burks. Deep ball intercepted in double coverage. And Burks, once the pressure was put on him, much like how his college career has went, when pressure was put on him, he just kind of bails. He left every college that he went to when he wasn't given the starting job, and then when he got pressure put on him, he threw picks. So maybe we know what kind of player this dude is. As Georgia, dagger, touchdown. And they win it there. I mean, they didn't even need to score a touchdown, but why not add on? 35-24, Burks throws 3 picks, doesn't play a single good playoff game in his career, and will end up as a really nice regular season quarterback, I suppose. Now we jump over Ohio State, Oklahoma. Remember, Dallas Poole started his career, true freshman, 2-year starter at Syracuse from day 1. Went to Pitt, finally won a little bit, got a bowl game under his belt. Then goes to Ohio State, and maybe it was the missing piece. 4th-year starter, needed a quarterback with just a little bit of experience and a little bit of safety to him to know what you're getting into, and he just needed maybe a good team around him because he's at the number 2 seed right now, winning 7-point game over Oklahoma. And Dallas Poole, it's been a long, tough road for him. I mean, it could all pay off, though. It could all pay off for him. As they go handoff right up the middle. That'll be 3 yards. 3rd and 7. Pull to the air. He's going to throw one for the end zone. He wants it, and he can't have it. Ohio State will have to settle for a field goal, but they should be pretty happy with that as long as it goes through, and it does. 10-point game, and Ohio State closing in on a semifinals appearance and maybe can go and cap off an undefeated season here. Already 13-0 and well on their way to 14 as long as they hang on here. And that one could have been picked, but it isn't. Oklahoma got away with one there. 3rd down and 10 as they go for the first down. And we've seen a number of times in this video, 2-score leads. They're not safe. They're not safe. A sack there. 2nd and 16. 5 minutes to go. Got a completion. Gets the sack yards back. Adds on 2 more to it. 3rd down and 8. As he's got time, he'll throw it down the field, and he's got one-on-one caught! Touchdown in the back of the end zone! What a throw! What a catch! And Oklahoma, suddenly 3-point game. That is a brutal one, and that's maybe the play Oklahoma needs. As now pull over the middle, that ball caught in a first down. This is the chance to run the clock out, though. 2:40 to go. Oklahoma going to start burning timeouts, and there is a timeout from Ohio State due to injury. 3rd down and 9, sets up some screen, and he doesn't get it. Oklahoma will have the ball with 2.5 to go. Plenty of time. Tight end screen is going to lose yards. 2nd and 16, 2-minute warning hits, and they get a completion to the tight end again, and he gets a huge play to the 45. And now Oklahoma, they're in field goal range. Oh no, not pool 2. Is it gonna be another blown lead? No, picked off. Ohio State. Just play it safe here. And no, he goes out of bounds. 3rd down and 3. He goes out of bounds. That saved Oklahoma a timeout. And now they get it back. If he didn't go out of bounds, they would only have like 20 to 30 seconds. Instead, they get a full minute after the 3 and out. 50 seconds to go with a 3rd and 1. Screen, got a big play. And he's inside the Ohio State 40-yard line. And now into field goal range for sure. Oh no, Oklahoma. They might pull this one off, and it might not even just be in overtime. It could be in regulation. 24 seconds, 3rd down and 6, end zone, touchdown, Sooners! There is no way. And Dallas Poole has 14 seconds now to go 68 yards. He'll go short, make it closer. They're set up for a Hail Mary. Now they're in range. I mean, yeah, go get a little bit closer. Now you definitely have enough arm strength to get it there. 44 yards out. So they set up for the Hail Mary. Throwing it up for the win. It's incomplete. Unbelievable. I mean, I gotta say, though, that the play that they went out of bounds on that one play, that was really the difference. Dallas Poole, though, 77% completion percentage is absolutely absurd. He was incredibly efficient. He was incredibly effective. That's just unfortunate. And another double-digit blown lead. There's been a lot of blown leads in this video. Vince Bridges, 1st-round pick. Poole, 1st-round pick. Nick Burks, 3rd-round pick. And Marquise Merrill transfers. He goes to Washington. Javier Stock, the only new quarterback, he goes to Pitt, and we'll see what he has up his sleeve. I mean, he looked really fun as a dual threat quarterback. So, I mean, Pitt is in a spot where he would never get a chance early on. Sean Thorne, I mean, he's got another season at Temple, 1 more year for him. Oscar Bibbs, how about another Tennessee quarterback? Emmanuel Abbott as well. Boise State getting a chance. And Javier Stock, elite dev. He looks like he could be a lot of fun. I mean, his arm needs a little bit of work, but he's got the athleticism for sure. Taj Harper, and we have Manny G as the next 2 quarterbacks. So we're kind of coming to the point where we're trying to see how crazy of a player we can find here. Temple 13-0 again. I mean, they just are unmatched in the regular season. Emmanuel Abbott, 1st team all NCAA as a redshirt freshman. Incredible. If it wasn't for the fact that he was at Boise State, his performance probably could have landed him like a Heisman and probably landed his team in the playoffs. He went 13-0. Boise State went 13-0 when they didn't make the playoffs. That's just really unfortunate. They finished 18th in the country. Like, they did all they had to do. Temple was the team that got the other spot for the group of 5 teams, but I feel like Boise State also kind of did deserve to get in as well, especially when you take a look at what Abbott did in the season. Instead, they got to settle for a home bowl game. I mean, good on them to get a home bowl game, but they got to settle for a home bowl game against a 9-3 Middle Tennessee, where Abbott, he's got 17-6 as his score. And I mean, it's just not really a whole lot to go crazy about in this game. It's more just about what Abbott was able to do. His entire body of work this season was incredible. I'll let you in a little stat here. He has a pick in this game. Just to let you know, that's the only pick he threw this entire season, as his Boise State squad's going to get a field goal, 20-6. And Middle Tennessee, very faintly still in this game, but against a much better Boise State squad, it's just a little bit overpowering for them on the offense to really do much of anything. As 3rd and 22, he's just going to dive down. 5 minutes ago, it's 4th and 17. Got to go for it. They'll throw it down the field. It's incomplete. And Boise State, 3rd down and goal. They'll go hand the football off, not get there, but just once again punching in Another field goal kick is good. That does it. 23-6. It wasn't like a spectacular game. Abbott doesn't do a whole lot, but look at the season he had. This is incredible. So, 4,000 yards, 44 touchdowns to 1 pick, only sacked 11 times, and he ran for 12 touchdowns as well. I mean, I think that could have just deserved Heisman. Like, that is a crazy season, and I think he could have also maybe should have been to the playoffs. Tennessee, Bibbs and Tennessee kind of took a downward turn. They end up just kind of doing their thing in a bowl game, unranked, no playoffs or anything like that. It was against Rice. Rice has been all over the place in these bowl games, but Temple, last 2 bowl games that they've played, or last 2 playoff games that they have played, it's been pure domination against them. I mean, they have been trying to prove that they are good enough to be, not just show that game against Georgia was a fluke, that they want to be like a legit team, a legit contender. I mean, they have gone undefeated multiple times in the regular season, conference championship weekend, and here they are against BYU in another playoff game, 23-12. And can they get another playoff win? Once you can maybe call them lucky. If you win another playoff game, I don't think you can call it that. I think you can say, hey, they were that good of a team with this guy at the helm. BYU was able to grab a field goal to make it a 1-score game, but been here before where teams have double-digit point leads and then aren't able to hang on to them. I mean, Temple almost blew the one that they had against Georgia, and they get sacked here, 2nd and 18 now. As he'll throw, and he'll get a completion, but like that won't even get the sack yardage back, as Thorne has had a fine game so far. 3rd and 13, finds the receiver for a first down. That's a nice one, and a huge shift for them as you're closing in on field goal range to get back up to a 2-score game, but Thorne sacked. 3rd down and 14, play action, needs to get a couple of yards here, and I don't know if that's enough. 4 yards. Yeah, they're not going to be able to kick a 58-yarder. You needed at least like maybe another 3 to 5 more, as 3rd down and 12 for BYU, and a great throw on the run to midfield, and BYU with 4 minutes to go will go handoff. That'll be right up the middle with a lot of room to run. He's got to the 32-yard line. Their running back's at 134 yards on the ground and adding on to it with another first down. BYU in line to tie this one up maybe, as they'll go to a high pass and the receiver's got it inside the 10. 3rd and goal. 2-minute warning is hit, and BYU into the end zone. Touchdown. He takes a shot but hangs on. 2-point conversion now. Can they tie it up? And they'll hand it. They got it. Temple has now blown the 11-point lead, and Thorne sacked. Oh my goodness, not again, not again. And Thorne is going to have a huge completion, another clutch one. 1:15 to go, and another pass down the middle. And come on, you're in the similar spot, just a couple of yards for field goal range, and I think that might do it. That's a first down, and that's at the 37-yard line with 50 seconds to go. Just play it safe. No, picked off. The same exact one against Georgia. The same exact pick that almost undid them against Georgia. RPO, hitch route, defender was sitting on it, and BYU runs him into the field goal range. Not again. Like, it was the same exact play, just flipped to the other side. That is just absurd. And you'd think you'd learn from your mistakes. I think that's more of a play calling thing. You didn't need to do that. BYU field goal at the buzzer is good. And Sean Thorne, 2 picks on the day, but 330 yards on a touchdown, 70% completion percentage. It was pretty solid. 36 touchdowns, 9 picks, 66 completion percentage. I mean, it's a really good career for a guy who only lost like 4 or 5 career games. Like, he was absurd. Like, it's an impressive career resume. And I mean, look at Temple. They're an 89 overall with him. Like, it wasn't like he was just on a team by himself. Like, he helped bring together a team that like was able to recruit and get on the national stage and get talented players. He brought in talent. Like, he was like, it wasn't like he was just by himself and, you know, stumbling into the playoffs. They were a legit team. It's just disappointing that he didn't get to win another playoff game and, you know, have a chance to compete for the national championship or a semifinal or something like that. He only was able to get to the first round once. So Here's the next crop of guys that we have starting for this upcoming season and where they committed to. Manny G at Oklahoma, and we had Illinois get Harper. So we have Kiki Darkwa, Soro, and also Shaheem Johnson as the next 3 quarterbacks. And we have a gem with Shaheem Johnson. As you can see here, next playoff bracket, Boise State does make it, which is fun. Abbott didn't have as good of a season, but still, I mean, he's really good. And with Temple losing their quarterback, Boise State was able to kind of kick through that door. Marquise Merrill had a 6-6 record, but did not make a bowl game. You know, it is what it is. Sometimes it happens. As we go over to Pitt versus Penn State. So here is Javier Stock getting a start. And he was the gem dual threat quarterback that we were looking at, who looked really fun. And now getting his first career bowl game, first career season as a starter. He's 9-3 with Pitt. Let's see what he's got here as he'll throw. Nope, he'll run. He's got a first down. And this one, I think Javier Stock has a chance to be maybe the best running quarterback that we've had. I mean, we haven't had a whole lot of, like, great runners, like, statistically. We haven't had anybody get, I think, past, like, I think we had like 1 700-yard rusher or maybe 2 700-yard rushers, which is really impressive. But the amount of quarterbacks who have even hit like 500 rushing yards in a season, I know sack yardage, you know, takes away from that, but the amount of guys who have hit 500 rushing yards is very few and far between, and a lot less than I thought. So I think Stock has his chance to maybe cement himself. At least he's got the athletic talents. We'll see if he develops that aspect of his game or the, you know, passing aspect of his game as Penn State taking over. A big play to the 43-yard line as they'll throw in the middle of the field. That'll be another first down to the 28-yard line. Third down again, and not going to convert this time around. They will settle for a field goal at 4.5 minutes to go. And that will be good. So we'll go over to Javier Stock right down the middle of the field off the RPO. Tight end got him for a first down as Stock throwing it deep. He's got one-on-one. That's caught! And a nice job going up and grabbing that one with the receiver. Dangerous, but love the trust in his receiver there as Stock keeps it for 6 as he'll throw quick out. Tight end got it. And nice blocking on the edge from the receiver. Touchdown, Pitt. Nice drive as well. I mean, everything went according to plan there. Now you got 3 minutes to stop him on defense for Pitt to get a double-digit win season and Stock to get a bowl game on his resume. Second down and 13 with 2 minutes to go. And he will deliver to a receiver. 1 yard shy of the first down. 3rd and 1. They'll go run. They fill the hole and they do get the first down, though he falls forward for it. As they go now, dropping the pass. Again, 2nd and 11. He'll get sacked. 3rd down and 18, 34-yard line. 1:17 to go, and that ball over the head of everybody. And it'll be 4th and 18. Game on the line. They'll throw deep. It's picked off. And Penn State, already down a timeout, won't be able to do much with it. They get the ball back with 18 seconds to go, but pinned at their own 4. And what happens here? Well, a safety. So the game ends 19-13. Javier Stock, 2 touchdowns, no picks, so did what he had to do, and he threw for almost 4,000 yards, 29 touchdowns, 70% completion percentage, almost 9 yards an attempt, 400 rushing yards, 7 rushing touchdowns. All of that as a freshman? That's not bad for an 85 overall freshman. We'll take that for sure. Boise State, meanwhile, we go to the playoffs now. And Boise, first play of the 4th quarter is a Miami score and a touchdown to go up by 2 scores. So Boise State now, Abbott, well, I mean, I said I thought he deserved to make the playoffs last year. We'll see if he is or is not out of his depth playing in a playoff atmosphere here. Miami, obviously a much more talented roster, but Abbott, a really talented player. I would say probably the better quarterback on the field, but he's not playing like it right now as Miami is rolling right now with the ball back and completing another pass into the red zone. I mean, they're about to go up by 3 scores. As Miami now from the 8, handoff, and a first down to the 5-yard line. Goal to go, and they'll run again. They will have another touchdown to go up by 3 scores. Abbott hands it off, and Boise State's running back will at least get a nice run, but you got 6 minutes to go, and now 5 minutes. I mean, clock's draining pretty fast, and Abbott outside got a catch. I mean, we'll see what he does here. This is maybe going to be his final game because he's been so good. He's probably just going to go right to the NFL. He doesn't have really a whole lot to stay for, unless he wants to transfer up, which I'd be so down for him to transfer up to a big school and, play out another season as like a star on a big school and get an opportunity to compete for a national title, like with a legit team. I mean, that would be so fun. He already almost won a Heisman by himself when this Boise State squad 1 yard out as Abbott to the end zone, touchdown Boise. So onside kick with 3 minutes to go. Miami picks it up, but, down by 2 scores. You're going to need to use your timeouts here, get a 3-and-out, score a touchdown, get an onside kick, score a touchdown again. You do at least get the 3-and-out. You didn't have to use your timeout, so that's actually a lot better than I would have thought. The issue is you got to go 84 yards, and it's the 2-minute warning. 3rd down and 4, and that pass too low, incomplete. 4th and 4, you need a big play. You need more than just 4 yards here. You do at least get the 1st down, but you need like one big hitter. You need like one chunk, like 30, 40-yard play, or a lot of plays like that where you have to get out of bounds. 3rd down and 4, again, a minute and a half to go. They set up the screen, and it's not going to work. You lose time. You don't get anything. 1:20 to go. You still have all your timeouts for now. You get a 1st down again. Now you've burned a timeout, so it's now relying on an onside kick. Abbott is going to hit another receiver for a 1st down, so they're definitely playing for the onside kick here. You got no choice as they get inside the red zone now. But Boise, I mean, impressive that Abbott is not going down easy. He was down 21, and now a touchdown to cut the lead to 1 score. They're going to go for 2 because why not? They're going to go draw. Abbott in. They need the onside kick, though. They didn't get the 1st one. Can you get the 2nd one? And one guy missed it. 2nd guy grabs it. Boise loses by 6, but I think a pretty solid effort from Abbott there. And he played a really good game. I mean, yeah, 3 touchdowns, 80% completion percentage. He ends up 39 touchdowns, 6 picks, 74 completion percentage, and 12 rushing touchdowns. Abbott was unbelievable, but I think unfortunately as a 96 overall as a sophomore, he's going to go pro, I think. Oscar Bibbs immediately just goes pro because why not? Yeah, and Abbott does go pro. That hurts a little bit. I wanted to see him on a great team. Taj Harper. Hey, Temple, are we back? Illinois quarterback transfers to Temple, and we have these guys committing: Clemson, Ohio State, and Miami. So Marquise Merrill going to start here at Washington once again. Javier Stock back for a start, and he's just pretty well-rounded all around. Like, he's gotten his speed up, gotten his power up, gotten his accuracy up. Taj Harper for Temple is starting. Khalil Soro for Miami is going to look like he could be nice. He could be all right. Kiki Darkwa, star at Clemson. Clemson's had a couple of quarterbacks. A lot of them have transferred, so I don't even know how to feel about a Clemson quarterback at this point. Shaheem Johnson. Not a lot of Ohio State in this video. I mean, we obviously had Dallas Poole that 1 year, but that was a 1-year transfer, and other than that, just hasn't been a lot of Ohio State. Next player we have Dan Wade, only player. So, pretty quiet year for us this time around. And we go to the playoffs. You can see what the bracket looks like there. And Pitt, a dominant bowl win, so make it 2-0 for Javier Stock in bowl games, 42-6. And Stock, I mean, up the yards, down the picks, up the completion percentage, up the rushing, 600 rushing yards, 8 touchdowns, and he played a really good bowl game as well. So good on him. This game, Temple is in a bowl game 9-3. This one, there's like not much to show you. Like, this one was brutal. It's in the heavy snow. Duke was up 9-0. Temple then gets a field goal. And I mean, this was just an offensive disaster class on both sides. Neither team was able to do much. I will at least just attribute it to the snow at least. But a 3rd down and 9. Duke gets the completion for the 1st down. 3.5 minutes to go, and Temple is going to get another 3rd down opportunity. This time they get off the field. The issue is Duke in field goal range. Kick not going to be blocked. They had a chance at it, but it's off the upright and no good. Temple has a chance, but no one scored a touchdown this game, and Taj Harper has got a screen on 3rd down. That doesn't work. They go punt the football away despite being 4th down in a game where they haven't been able to do much of anything, and they are down a timeout, 2 minutes to go. Duke runs, gets them close to the 1st down, and they go handoff. There's a 1st. They're in field goal range. So, as you can see, this one not really all that crazy of a game. They're getting a couple of bailout timeouts in their hands, but All that matters here is that Duke knocks home a field goal. They don't, though. They punt. They opt to punt. They don't want to kick a long one in the snow. Okay, Temple, you got a chance here. 30 seconds to go. Got to go 77 yards. Harper gets a completion. Here you go. Can someone finally score a touchdown? You got 8 seconds to play, and you get sacked. I mean, you were out of timeouts. You couldn't move the ball too much without losing too much time in the middle of the field, and you don't get another playoff, so... I mean, this one was just kind of a whatever game, 9-3, and Harper throws for 130 yards on 41 attempts. That is disgusting. That is disgustingly bad. You are not Sean Thorne. You are just not him. Taj Harper was not the same guy as Washington in the bowl game. They get dominated by Florida State, 43-10. So Merrill misses out in a bowl game last year, gets one this year, and does a up and down season. I mean, he upped the picks and had some other things, but, it was a pretty, inconsequential season. Shaheem Johnson transfers to JMU. Kiki Darkwa goes to North Carolina, and Dan Wade goes to Duke. So that was a pretty short season. Marquise Merrill still starting. Javier Stock is looking really good. Really, really good. Taj Harper, you need to redeem yourself after that bowl game. Garbage game. Kiki Darkwa, though, transfers to UNC, immediately becomes the starting quarterback. Dan Wade looks like he could be all right, but Duke, I mean, they're kind of like a subtle powerhouse in this game, so they got some quarterbacks there ahead of them. And we have a pretty loaded class here. Hayden Hepburn, Braden Dirth, backfield creator, another backfield creator, Gabe Kalu, and we have Darrell Lashley, a dual threat, so 4 5-stars. So always good to have like the 4 or 5 guys in a class. And North Carolina actually does make the playoffs this year, as does Washington. So we have playoff action this year. Temple has a lot better of a bowl game performance this time around. They go and beat up on South Alabama, and they do not have a great year from Taj Harper, but I guess they're trying. I mean, impressive still to even have 5 star quarterbacks, like basically back to back. For Javier Stock and Pitt, unfortunately, Pitt has just been winning less and less games, but Javier Stock is just playing impressive. Oddly enough, for a guy named Javier Stock, he's playing on a team whose stock is going down, while his stock is just going up and up because he's playing great. He's doing awesome. His team, though, isn't winning a whole lot. He's already 2-0 in bowl games and about to go up 3 scores here. He does with another touchdown, and he goes up by 21 points against Memphis. So this is interesting. I don't know how many guys we've had up until this point have 3-0 in bowl games. Like, Stock in the big games has been delivering. The sad thing is he just hasn't been able to play that many big games. So I think he either needs to transfer or I guess declare. He could declare, but Memphis is going to get themselves to the 3-yard line. Goal to go, and they'll set up the screen, find the end zone, touchdown Memphis, and Javier Stock will have it back with a 14-point lead, 4 minutes to go, and they go draw play. That'll be a first down, and they go from the 24-yard line now. Play action, Stock underneath. That'll be a first down and more, and Stock, you can see he's up to 4 touchdowns, 350-plus yards. Like, he's playing phenomenal football right now and about to run out the rest of this clock with just 2.5 to go. Memphis going to have to start burning timeouts as Stock is going to go for a big play, and there is another 16 yards into field goal range. Stock is got him inside the 10. He is just delivering, and there is a 5th bowl game touchdown. I mean, my goodness, Javier Stock in a bowl game is just magical stuff right here. Offsides is going to be a decline, and they will win it. Stock throws for 5 touchdowns in this one. Man, I just want to see him on a good team. 95 overall, 38 touchdowns, 11 picks, 4,000 yards. Again, 70% completion percentage. Again, about 600 rushing yards. Again, about another 7 rushing touchdowns. Like, he is consistently just awesome. We go to the playoffs, though. Washington, they are down by 10 right now, and a fumble on the first play. Offensive lineman picks it up, but Washington's down by 10 in the playoffs to UCLA. So, hey, we've seen a lot of players on our end blow 10-point leads or 11-point leads. Can we get a player to come back from a 10 or 11-point deficit? That'd be nice. We don't see that very often, and maybe Merrill could get himself into the national championship conversation. I mean, I find it crazy, man. Like, We've gone through so many quarterbacks, and so far we only have one to have won a national championship. We have like Lewis made the national title game, and we had Duke's making the national championship game, but like we've only had one person win a national championship, which like that's crazy. I mean, this is every 5-star quarterback, man. Like you'd think we'd have more, but it's been an uphill battle for these guys. It hasn't, just because you get the 5-star label doesn't mean you get to walk the red carpet all the way to the national title game. You got to be on the right team in the right circumstances in the right spot, and you got to be developing well. You got to play well. Like it's just, you're not going to get it just because you're a 5-star quarterback, as he's going to get sacked here. And 4th and 9. See, what are you doing, Washington? Why did they not kick the field? You also need to have a coach who isn't a complete idiot. 4th and 19. I could maybe get it if it was 4th and short and you wanted to get the touchdown first. 4th and 19, you're not kicking the field goal for a 1-score game? All right, yeah, sure. You didn't want to win the playoff game. I didn't want to see you guys win the playoff game. I mean, maybe you weren't going to win it regardless, but, like, you could have at least given yourself a chance. Instead, UCLA is looking like they're going to run away with this one. Washington down to 1 timeout, so, I mean, I guess maybe it didn't matter because they weren't going to get the stop anyway. UCLA touchdown. That will do it, but, man, that was a bad coaching decision. 41-24. Merrill actually played a really good game. 3 touchdowns, no picks, and 38-6 overall, 70 completion percentage. So a really nice year from Merrill. Just wasn't able to get it done in the playoffs, and maybe didn't have the best coaching situation because there's no way a good coach makes that call. We go to the other playoff game, North Carolina and North Texas. North Texas been amazing, like I said, as we got Kiki Darkwa as a freshman getting his chance. He is up 23-17, and Darkwa over the middle. He's already got 3 picks on the day, so it's been a bad game for him, but he's got 300 yards, so there's at least that, and he does have the lead, so not all negative right now, as he very well could be on his way to a playoff victory. Just got to play it safe here. He's already thrown 3 picks and now a 4th. You just need to not turn the ball over. And North Carolina does a 4th pick, and North Texas is going to get a first down at the 44-yard line. And they're going to go down the middle of the field. He's got it gone. 44-yard touchdown. And, man, we got ourselves a quarterback who's thrown 4 picks and has single-handedly maybe sold this opportunity. I mean, I'm not going to act like it's over, but, man, you don't throw 4 picks. You aren't losing this game right now, as they are going to have another first down at the 34-yard line. Just get into field goal range at the very least, as Darkwa will get sacked, and be 3rd down and 16. Darkwa to the air. He's running backwards. You can't run backwards. He's sacked. This guy is not good. I don't know if he's good. How did he get here? He looks very out of place in the playoffs, but I mean, maybe I'm being a little too harsh on him, as North Texas running in for a big gain inside the red zone, and things are looking bleak for UNC. Could be a touchdown here. 3 yards out. He'll run. He's in, and it's an 8-point game with 4.5 to go. Darkwa is going to run. Stop running backwards. Who are you? What are you doing? 3rd and long. Darkwa middle. He's got to catch it. 4th down and inches, and they punt. They punt on 4th and inches, down by 8 with 3 minutes to go. Come on. Who are these bum passive coaches? They do get the stop, but I mean, my goodness, man. Darkwa, you got one more try at it. Hit is your thrower. You got a slow release too. What does this dude do well? Darkwa throwing it deep. Oh my goodness, it's picked off. 5th interception. This dude is terrible. This guy is actually horrible. This might be the worst quarterback we've watched today. I don't know if it's going to be the worst quarterback, like maybe overall-wise or anything, but this dude's been awful. And now it's going to be game over. North Texas wins it after that first down. 5 interceptions and a bunch of nonsense. He was running backwards. He's running around. Didn't know what he was doing. Didn't know what he was looking at. 24 touchdowns, 12 picks. I mean, the season didn't even look that bad. He threw almost half of his picks in one game. This dude was a little bit difficult to watch, so it's a little rough with some of these guys. So Merrill goes pro. We have Iowa, Missouri, UCLA, and Florida grabbing the next quarterbacks. Javier Stock, he doesn't transfer, but he does stay. He's going to be a 99 overall. Please, Pitt, put a good team around him. I think their team is a little bit better this year. Their team hasn't been like bad. It's just they've been underperforming. Dark was still starting. Oh boy. And we only have 3 starting quarterbacks. Hepburn for UCLA looks pretty decent. And the other 3 guys, Braden Dirth is elite dev at Missouri, and we'll see if he sticks around to get a starting job at Missouri. We also have Gabe Kalu, one of the lower overall guys, just 75. I mean, he could be all right. And then Lashley is a 79-80 with boost impact dev. So he looks like he could be pretty nice. But we have a pretty small amount of starters this year, but we have a pretty big class here. So this is one of the last classes we're going to have for the video, and they saved a big one. You got 5 guys here. So none of them are like crazy gems, but Javier Stock has won the Heisman Trophy. This is what we were waiting on, and he's in the playoffs undefeated. There we go. This is what we were waiting for. Javier Stock. And speaking of stock down, Kiki Darkwa. Oh my goodness. Oh, 17 touchdowns all year. Oh my goodness, that's not good. And then Temple, meanwhile, they go and win their bowl game, so at least they're, putting up some points in their bowl games. Taj Harper playing a little bit better, but we're here for one reason only. We're here for Javier Stock, the Heisman winner. He's undefeated in bowl games. He's never lost a bowl game. And these bowl games are a little bit different because these are playoff games. And look at the running back. They started the drive at the 2. Is he going to go? Oh, almost a 98-yard touchdown the first play. That would have been insane. Instead, still an 88-yarder. 3rd down and goal. Stock caught at the goal line, 2 yards away, and they will settle for 3. But Pitt right now, they're up now 23-7, so they're taking care of business right now. And this Pitt team picked off again. All right, they got themselves a team. They have a team. All right, Javier Stock, this is all he needed. He just needed a little bit of a roster around him. He's played good up until this point, and now he's got the Heisman Trophy. He's got the roster. He's got the status. He's got a nice throw that's broken up. 4th down, but that's going to be another field goal try that will make it a 3-score game with 8 minutes to go. Maybe you could say not over yet, but with the way this Pittsburgh team is playing, it's another pick on the first play of the drive. This is just turning into domination. Ole Miss can't do anything. Pitt's got a defense. They got a Heisman quarterback. And Stock, end zone, touchdown. Javier Stock dominates 33-7. He doesn't even have to throw for a whole lot of yards, but 75 completion percentage, 2 touchdowns. He ran the ball pretty decently as well. That's all he needed. Now, semifinals taking on Georgia. That makes Stock 4-0 total in bowl games. So this dude hasn't lost the big game yet. Hasn't lost the conference championship. He won that one as well. So he's just got all the big wins on his resume. And Stock now has to watch his defense try to hold on to this 6-point lead. Georgia throwing as they get pressured off the edge. It's going to be a completion and a gain of 7 on the play. 3rd down and 2 from the 9. They'll run, but it's stopped in the backfield. He got a yard, they say, but it's a long 4th and 1. They'll go for it on 4th, and they will not get it. What a stand by the Pitt defense. And now the run from the running back who almost broke out a 98-yard touchdown last week. He breaks out a big run here as now Stock in the flat, going to hit a receiver for a 6-yard gain. Go to 3rd down and 2. They'll run it again. And the run game has just been phenomenal in the playoffs. Everything for this Pitt team has been clicking, and they have not looked like a team that went 6-6 a year ago. I don't know what adjustments they made to this team, but they look completely different. And the run game again is just playing so good. He's got another first. Keep it on the ground. Why not? It's working. And they got another one. I mean, Stock has got him at the 20-yard line. Quick throw outside. Got him for about 7 on the play. And 2nd down, they will run. He's going to get the first. He's down to about the 1-yard line. They say Stock's over 100 yards on the ground. And the running back falls forward into the end zone. Touchdown Pitt, 26-14. 2-point conversion. Not quite there. But you've seen that, though. Javier Stock's got 20 carries for 100 yards. And Georgia's getting sacked here. 3rd and 13. Now they send the blitz. Sacked again. 4th and 22. Pitt is going to have him throwing it deep, incomplete. That is going to probably end this game, I think, as Stock is going to deliver a touchdown to make it a 3-score game. Georgia, with just 3 minutes to go, will have a 4th down and 2. And I mean, if it was a game over already, it could be game over right here. But Georgia, maybe not. 73-yard touchdown. I mean, it's a long shot, but the onside kick is picked up by Pitt. Georgia still has all their timeouts. So crazier things have happened, I guess. But the run game for Pitt, this is just not stoppable, it feels like. Georgia burns a timeout. They burn a second one. Stock to the air. And Stock on the run just throws it out of bounds. Doesn't want to turn it over. That's fine. Maybe just should have taken a sack instead just to run the clock. But, I mean, better to just play it safe. And they do. For a field goal try at the 2-minute warning. Kick is through the uprights. That will make it a 15-point game. Georgia, I mean, yeah, you gotta get an onside kick. You got to get a touchdown. You got to get an onside. And then, you know, eventually at some point where you get the 2-point conversion too for one of the touchdowns is Georgia throwing it deep, incomplete, 4th and 5, and the game on the line. And Georgia keeps it alive a little bit longer. They're being a little, they're hanging around, but 45 seconds, time's running out. Deep ball, and incomplete again. 40 seconds, 4th down and 9. For the actual finale here to go to the national championship. He's thrown. Incomplete. Pitt is going to the national title game. Stock only threw for 165, but he also ran for over 100 yards too. So, I mean, again, just playing clean, playing efficient, playing effective. He just knows what to do to win in these big games. And here we are taking on Louisville. It's Louisville 13-3, but Pitt 15-0, number 1 team in the country. 28-28 your score, and a pass down the middle is incomplete. 4th down, Pitt takes over after the punt, and they go around game. Ground game's been incredible all playoffs, whether it be Stock or a running back. Any one of them, whoever runs the ball, it's been effective, and they get a completion there, breaks a tackle, makes a move, and that's a big gain. Stock has 2 touchdowns already through the air, and Stock gonna throw it out of bounds, and they're gonna have 3rd down and 10. Stock in field goal range. He's gonna get rid of it. Pass is intercepted, and a rare mistake from Javier Stock, and that could give Louisville the opening. We have not seen another national championship win here. Can we finally get another quarterback to win one? 3rd down and 6. Louisville blitzing in, deep ball picked off right back, and the defense comes up huge. Stock now, 6 minutes to go, and there's a completion to the 46-yard line. Play action, Stock, quick ball, and that's nice. That was really, really well done to the red zone now. 2nd down and 7. That's going to be caught again, 11 yards. 1st down and goal. Play action into the flats. Tight end is going to get to the 3-yard line. We're down to 4.5 minutes to go. Stock to the end zone. Touchdown Pitt. And they got the lead, 35-28 with 4.5 to go. And now Louisville's quarterback with a read option. He's going to run for about 7 on the play. 4 minutes to go. 32-yard line. Got to go 68 yards, and they will get a good chunk there. 16. How about now 1st and 10 with another play action. Pressure and a sack. Guard couldn't hold on to him. 3rd and 15, and Louisville with protection this time around, and that is a great ball, great catch. And the defense wasn't even bad there. It was just a better play by the offense. 3rd down, though, with the 2-minute warning from the 34. Once again, he has time, and again, he finds somebody open around that right side. 1st down. Louisville, it's been a long, productive drive, and they got another 9. 3rd and 1, they'll run, not gonna get it. 4th and 1, here's the game. 4th and 1, and they got the running back wide open. But he doesn't throw it, and it's incomplete. No way. He didn't take the check down. Javier Stock wins it, and he goes for 3 touchdowns, and Javier Stock ends his career 3-0 in bowl games, 3-0 in the playoffs. How about 5,000 yards on the dot, 51 touchdowns, 3 picks, 1,300 rushing yards, 17 touchdowns. One of the greatest seasons ever in college. He had like 7 100-yard rushing games. And look at the year he had. This is, yeah, what a year. I mean, it doesn't matter how good of a team you have. If you have a quarterback scoring over 60 touchdowns, going for over 6,000 yards, what do you got to do? This dude just carried Pitt to a championship. I won't say like full-on carried. Pitt played really well in the playoffs, but their team, you've seen them. They weren't the craziest overall. I mean, that's just wild. Yeah, I don't think that we're going to have a better individual season than that. Even if we get another Heisman winner or something. But starters, we have Harper still at Temple, Soro, Darkwa. So those 3 are going to be starting. And then we do have one of the freshmen starting. It's not Stephen Perkins. It's actually going to be the quarterback who just joined the national championship runner-up Louisville. They just got a 5-star quarterback, and he is going to be their day 1 starter. So, I mean, Louisville, they just made the national championship, so they're already like a contending, legit team. They've been pretty much in the playoffs the whole way, and Kamari Neely with a boost and everything is going to start off as an 81 overall impact dev, so like not the craziest dev, but like day 1 starter on a championship contending team. We might have something here. We also have Phoenix for USC, so we'll see if any of the other 4 guys get a chance, and if they do, how far will it be? But here are the last 2 quarterbacks. This is the 25th year of quarterbacks, so these are the last 2, and from here on out, we'll be playing out the rest of the guys' careers and seeing how things kind of end up. But Louisville gets the 1 seed. Taj Harper gets hurt in his final season, isn't able to like redshirt. He already had a redshirt, so no medical redshirt. He'll be gone. Just 2 games. Kiki Darkwa, ever since that playoff game, I mean, he's kind of not been good. He threw a 5-pick game against Wake Forest, too. He's so bad. Miami wins 33-17 in a bowl game against UCLA. Soro, 24 touchdowns, 7 picks. He also started a couple of games last year due to injury, but, you know, we kind of only focus on them being starters in bowl games and everything, so we really don't have much else to really cover except headed over to Louisville, where they got the #1 team in the country. I mean, like I said, national championship runner-ups last year, getting to join a contending team, plug and play as the quarterback. Yeah, this could be a really good career. It's just up to him to not let the moment be a little too big for him, since he is a true freshman here, as Ole Miss is up by 1 right now and throwing outside, incomplete, 4th down and 4. Settle for 3, and the field goal is good to make it 17-13. So here's Neely. This is his chance to get something going and be the hero for Louisville. That's a nice completion there, and he'll have a nice first down. He's had a fine game so far, no mistakes really, as he'll get a completion there for 8 yards, 3rd down and 2. Neely to the air again. Get the running back. Hey, do what the Louisville quarterback literally didn't do last year. The same exact check down. I mean, I know situationally a little different, but it was the same play that the Louisville quarterback last year didn't make. So it gets sacked on 3rd down. Can't really do anything about that. Has to punt it, but you know that's a nice sign to at least see your freshman quarterback doing what your veteran starter last year didn't do. Oh, miss though. Late throw to the outside. It's picked off and taken back for a touchdown. 18-yard pick 6. You just can't throw it late to the outside like that. And then you throw it behind a receiver. Maybe just don't throw RPOs because they're not working out for you. 3rd down and 10. Deep ball and overthrown again. Quarterback misfiring left and right as Neely hands it off. They got good field position, and with the lead, 3.5 minutes to go. Quick bubble. Play it safe here. Just got to do what you got to do to get the timeouts on the clock rolling. 2:40 to go. And Ole Miss going to start burning those timeouts. 3rd down and 8. Can he get the first? Not quite. But you are close enough for a field goal from about 53, 54 yards. Kick is no good. No good. Ole Miss has a chance to tie this game now, and they got good field position to do it. 3rd down and 5 with 1.5 minutes to go, though. They haven't moved it so far in the first 2 plays. They'll go deep here. Come on, deep fast. No, he catches it. And all the way down to the 4. Swing it out. And just tight ropes his way to the 1. Handoff, and he's in for the touchdown. That is brutal. You just had to make sure you couldn't let him catch that incredible effort, though, by the Ole Miss receiver to bring that in. Let's see, you can't let him catch that. Neely has got a little bit of time to work with. Timeout, 37-yard line, 30 seconds to play. As Neely will throw back across his body, picked off. And number 1 Louisville goes out in their first game. And the only pick he threw, the only major mistake was the one at the end. Unfortunate, but for a freshman quarterback, he just threw 50 touchdowns and 4,000 yards. I mean, you got to say the future's bright. Also, he threw 9 touchdowns in a game against FCS. Like, I know it's against FCS, but he threw 9 touchdowns in a game. That's pretty crazy. Phoenix here, he doesn't end up committing anywhere, so it happens. Last quarterbacks, though, Cologne to Auburn, Burks to Penn State. We'll see if Penn State can finally keep a quarterback. Kiki Darkwa to UNC, still being a starter, a 4-year starter for them. Hayden Hepburn is also going to be a starter at Oregon State. He transferred from UCLA to Oregon State, and he's finally going to be a starter for them. So we'll see what he's got. And Kamari Neely is going to hold on to his starting job as well. So we get into the next season. And on top of that, Kyle Cologne, I mean, UCLA will have him be pretty good, like elite dev, and Burks as well. We'll see what he's got. Again, I mean, Penn State's not been able to keep any of these quarterbacks, but maybe the last one. Last one's the charm for them. So the season has something interesting. Hayden Hepburn out of nowhere just won the Heisman Trophy with an unbelievable statistical season. 11-1. If you were paying attention, Oregon State had made the playoffs at least one other time where they were like a first-round bye team. I think they had another playoff appearance. Like, they'd been a pretty solid team. Hepburn, though, I mean, just out of nowhere, what a crazy year. And, yeah, Oregon State is going to be a legit team, and we'll see what they have in store. We do have a little bowl matchup here that I wanted to key in on because it's a little matchup between two of our quarterbacks. I think is this the first time we've gotten a regular bowl game matchup between our 5 stars? We've gotten playoff games, obviously, but I don't know if we've gotten a regular bowl game. But we got one here, so unfortunately it's a low-scoring game, and neither quarterback is exactly playing great. It's 9-3. Soro and Miami, though, on top for now. As with 6.5 to go, he will run for a first down, spinning out a defender, balling forward to the 45-yard line. And we'll back him up 2nd and 13, but they'll set up the screen where he's going to have a first and more, making a move to the 36. So Soro got his team moving down the field where he's threatening to take a 2-score lead, but he's getting sacked here. And they still will maintain field goal range just enough. Kick is good, and it'll be 12-3. So offense non-existent for these guys, unfortunately. But maybe some late game fireworks can help us out, as that's going to be incomplete. 4th down and 7. Well, you got to go for it here, down by 2 scores, and you do keep the drive alive, so there's something there. Tennessee throw in middle, 1st down. So again, maybe you could get into field goal range. I mean, you've only been able to get field goals, and you might need one anyway because of the fact that it is a 9-point game. But 4th down and 7, yep, field goal again. So is this game really just going to be field goals? 12-6? We got 2 5-star quarterbacks putting up this type of stinker right now. Miami, they could run the clock out here. 3rd down and inches, they do. 1st down, game over. All right, that was really underwhelming. McBriar especially, what the heck are you doing? 29 pass attempts, and you had 107 yards. Soro, I mean, that's not a crazy good season at all. I mean, these guys are a little rough. I mean, at least his excuse is like McBriar was a freshman, but still, that's, man, these guys were not great there. Let's go to the actually good players, though. Hepburn, Heisman winner. Now, Ole Miss took out Louisville last year, so they took out one of our 5 stars. Will they take out another one? Well, right now they are up by 14, so it's looking like it's very likely that that could happen. Hepburn got the ball, though, and he's throwing here. He's been just unbelievable this season, like an out-of-nowhere, truly out-of-nowhere Heisman winner, from like a non-starter to just transferring in. All of the sudden just has one of the best seasons we've had, one of these quarterbacks had in this entire video, and he's delivering here to the 17-yard line. All right, red zone opportunity to make it a 1-score game. Throwing down the middle, there it is, touchdown, Oregon State. And Ole Miss now will take over. So can the Beavers get a stop here? They will throw. There's a flag down. They're going to call a pass interference there. Really? Man, I was thinking like maybe it was like an illegal forward pass. You got real close to the line of scrimmage. No, it was just a pass interference, and Ole Miss gets a big bailout there as they will run it up the middle and get a first down. And now it's looking a little rough because they are just about in field goal range. Throw it outside. That's going to be caught, and that'll be 9 more on the play. So Ole Miss's quarterback playing a great game. And unfortunately for Oregon State's defense, they can't stop him on the ground. He's got 100 yards. They can't stop anybody through the air either, and a touchdown on the ground. So right back down by 14 points, and they got to go on a very quick touchdown drive here. 3rd down and 6 with 3.5 to go. Hepburn throws it outside. That'll be caught and out of bounds. We'll take that as you go to the 44-yard line. Play action. And Hepburn over the middle, jumped in front, and picked off. That might be all it takes to end it as Ole Miss. Yeah, they just cannot stop them. They at all cannot stop them. Another run and broken tackle. Quarterback is out here doing that. I mean, yeah, another first down here. There it is. Game over. And he almost runs it all the way to the end zone. My goodness. I mean, why not? I mean, just finish off the drive. Don't even kneel the ball. Touchdown, Ole Miss. It just, like, this is just awful run defense. Hepburn, I mean, 300 yards, 71 completion percentage, 2 touchdowns to cap off a 57 touchdown season, 6 picks, 70 completion percentage. I mean, he threw for 665 yards and 6 touchdowns against Virginia Tech, who's like a really good team. That's crazy. Like, he was absurdly good. So let's go to Louisville. They were not able to get the job done when they had a first round bye last year. They went 1 and done. Now Neely, there's not really as much of an excuse this year as that ball. It's going to be tipped and picked off the receiver's hands. 20-20 game and you throw a pick, but that one wasn't really your fault. It was off the receiver's hands and into a defender's. That's maybe a dangerous ball, but like you can't really predict that happening. So Louisville's going to get a sack, but you had maybe a little bit of a leeway last year. You were a true freshman quarterback. You weren't able to get the job done. You don't really got that this year. You threw 50 touchdowns. You had a 4,000-yard season last season. So we know that you're good. You've gotten the progression. You've got a good team around you. You got to get it done. But Georgia is making it really difficult right now as they got 2nd and goal in this tie game, about to take the lead as he's going to throw back of the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia. And Louisville back down as Neely play action. And it's going to be a hit. Only a yard. 3rd down and 10. Neely throwing. It's going to be a flag. Incomplete pass. It's going to be on Louisville. It doesn't even matter if he caught it. Play would have been coming back anyway. So they're going to have to punt the ball. And Georgia at the 48-yard line. Bad field position for the defense to be in this situation. As Georgia runs for a first down. Really close to field goal range, and this might be a 1 and done again for Louisville unless they can get something big. They need a turnover. They need something. 3rd and 5. They really could have used a sack right there, but instead they allow the first down. They almost went from having an ideal spot to a just nightmare of a situation because they are going to get another play. 1st and goal, and these defenses have been brutal. Georgia touchdown. And they are up by 14. Louisville. Neely, what do you got here? 3 minutes to go. Got to score within the next minute. And he'll throw it deep. There's your chance. Does he have it? No. 4th and 4. You maybe need another deep shot. Like, you got to score quickly. And you're taking a shot down the field. Flag is down. It's caught. Flag is down. And that's going to be on Georgia. All right. I was worried that was going to be another holding, but flag is going to be pass interference. Doesn't matter. It was caught midfield. Just got 50 seconds, I'd say, to score. Got to save as much time stoppages as you can. 37 seconds to play. And, I mean, they really have 2.5, but you don't want to rely on the onside kick. It's just, you don't want to do that. 3rd down. They get a completion. That's going to be a first. Okay, well, it's the 2-minute warning now. At the very least, you have to make sure that you don't burn timeouts here. 3rd down and 10. As from the 25, Neely, he's got time. No one's getting open. He's just going to run. And 4th down and 2. They'll hurry back to the line with 1.5 minutes to go. From the 18, quick ball, it's caught. And they burn a timeout. and then they run it. That's just not gonna, that's not good. 3rd and 10, Neely sacked, and that might be it unless they get a 4th and 15 conversion to the end zone. Caught for a touchdown. And it's going to be a flag on Georgia again, but it was caught for a touchdown, but the timeout burned. That's hurting them. Georgia picks up the onside, but they end up getting a stop with 20 seconds to go, but Georgia kicks a field goal. Kick is good. They didn't even need to go for the long field goal there. It was kind of risky to go for that, but Neely, a rough game, 46 completion percentage. I know he's playing a lot of desperation ball at the end there, but his season significantly worse this year in every metric basically, except he threw less picks, but everything else was worse. Completion percentage, yards per attempt, touchdowns, yards, everything was down. And now you got questions about Neely. Like, what is he? Is he going to be good enough? As Penn State also loses Bob Burke, so good job. Penn State really couldn't keep a single quarterback this video. Heisman winning Hepburn still sticking around at Oregon State, and Neely is also going to be sticking around as another year quarterback. A couple other guys as well, but Neely, you gotta show out. You got to also Kyle Cologne took a monumental leap. That was like a shocking leap from Kyle Cologne to go up to a 92 overall after 1 year. I don't know what that was all about. That's crazy. Braden Dearth, 6-6, but 15th in the ACC, so no bowl game for you. Has an okay year. Oregon State, unfortunately, they went. So here's the thing with Oregon State. They went 11-1. They lost their first game of the season to a ranked Miami team. They went on to then run the table, 11-0 the rest of the way. And it wasn't enough for the playoffs. That is brutal. Like, that's disgusting, really. They only lost to Miami in the first game of the season, and it's the two teams, the first two out, 13 versus 14, playing each other in the Alamo Bowl. So for our guy, he didn't win the Heisman again, and he couldn't make the playoffs at 11-1, which is really brutal. But we'll see if he can get a bowl victory to close out his career, and the best of the non-playoff team bowl, I guess, as BYU will tack on a field goal, ties the game up. And here we go, as he goes underneath, and he's got a completion that'll make him go 3 and out. So Hepburn got to go right back to the sidelines, but not for long. Oregon State picked him off, and they are going to take it back to the 34-yard line. Hepburn, with 3 minutes to go, is basically gift-wrapped a opportunity to win this game right here. 3rd down and 4. Quick ball. Caught and short. It'll be 4th and 1. They'll kick the field goal, so not able to get a lot of clock run off, but they do get the lead regardless, and now they're up to the defense again to hold them. And BYU will have a 3rd and 1 after a 9-yard gain. They will hand it off, and he's got the first down. Runs through a defender. That'll be 7 yards on the play. 1:40 to go. Hand it off again. Another nice hole opening up as they just need the field goal for overtime. If they can get in there, and they do, that's field goal range, and now maybe thinking about the win. And he'll throw down the middle. That's caught. And this is getting a little scary for Oregon State. A minute to go. From the 16, over the middle, he's got it. That'll be at the 9-yard line. Another 7 yards on the play, 50 seconds to go. They'll run up the middle, and they are playing it really safe. They'll run again, and he's not quite there. 4th and inches. They'll just take the field goal. I think they played that really passively. And all too eager to take a overtime game when you had the ball at the 9-yard line with a chance to win it. But overtime is where we are headed. So let's see if Hepburn can end his career with a victory, as they will run for a gain of 8. They'll go 3rd down and inches. Hepburn sacked. 4th down, and they'll have to settle for a field goal, meaning we are just down to see if BYU could score a touchdown for the win. Or will it just be a field goal? Will they turn it over? What will it be? 8 yards. It'll be 2nd down, turning to 3rd and 1. They'll go to completion. No, knocked out. That is a big knockout there. Field goal try. 2nd overtime. Here we come. And BYU will take it first now, as he will throw. And picked off on the first play. And Oregon State has just been given the easiest opportunity to win this game. I mean, you can literally kneel the ball 3 times if you want to. Instead, they're going to get a screen for a first down, and then Hepburn will go to the end zone, and he does it for a touchdown. How about we end it in style a little bit? Hepburn gets the game-winning touchdown and throws for 3 on the day. He still, despite not winning the Heisman and making the playoffs, had a great season. How about 44 touchdowns to 1 pick? I mean, the season as a whole was a little bit worse. Like, you know, he played... It's still amazing, though. Like, it was still great. And then we go to Cologne, who also didn't make the playoffs. So I guess this is another team. They were 11th. They were 11th in the nation and didn't make the playoffs. So I don't know what's going on here. A lot of these teams not making the playoffs, but really close. UCLA takes it all the way for a touchdown off a pick 6. So, hey, the offense isn't scoring, but the defense did, as Duke is going to have a completion there for first down and a lot more. But, man, I mean, Cologne just took a massive leap from freshman year to sophomore year, and we really were hoping we could get him in the playoffs because he's going to be pretty much in and out of the college football world. Like, he's not going to be lasting very long. He's not going to be some 5th-year senior. He's probably going to be redshirt sophomore and out of here as soon as he gets the chance. So, I mean, I would have liked to see him in the playoffs. Unfortunately, not going to happen. But a blocked field goal is going to happen. UCLA blocks a field goal, and they get a pick 6 last drive, and a scoop and score of the blocked field goal this time. We haven't even seen our guy play, and they've got 14 points. This is a weird one. So they got 14 points in the 4th quarter without the offense even taking a snap. 3rd down. He's got the first. Duke is still got the ball. 5 minutes to go. Are we even going to get to see UCLA's offense get onto the field at all? 4th down, maybe. Here you go. As Duke is going to go over the middle. Nope. First down. And they still got the ball. We're about 4 minutes to go. Throw to the flats to the tight end. And he'll fall forward. That should be a first down, and it is. We're under 4. Run, no play action. And pressure gets in. He'll go down the field to the end zone. Touchdown, Duke. And here we go. Finally, at the 3:50 mark, we get to see Cologne play. And he throws for the first down. And he gets a big play. And he breaks a tackle down to the 31-yard line. So I guess you get to see, you got one offensive play and you make it count as they get a completion there for 5 yards. 2.5 to go, 3rd down and 2, and not able to get the first. So they'll have to settle for a field goal, meaning Duke could still win it here. I mean, it's a 6-point game, but 1:20 to go. What do you got, Duke? And he will throw deep middle. It's caught. And timeout burned. How about under 60 seconds to go? And again, down the field, this time double coverage, and take it away. Game over. And UCLA, how about the defense and special teams there? I mean, they scored all the points for them, basically. They did. They scored all the points for them. So, Kyle Cologne, 30 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. A pretty solid year, especially for a redshirt freshman. And we move to bowl game where Tennessee, North Texas, 41-14. But we have another story we got to cover, man. We got Neely, 0-1, then 0-2. Don't pull a Justin Herbert and go 0-3 in the playoffs. How about you get the job done here, especially since, once again, you got another first-round bye. This isn't like you sneak into the playoffs and you happen to lose because you only snuck in there. Not like Temple, like, you know, you got the group of 5 spot, you get smacked by an SEC team. Like, they are the team. They are the #1 team. They are undefeated. They have been a first-round bye team. You got to get it done. Neely sacked. 4th down the punt. But luckily for them, they're up by 9 right now. So that is a big, big plus for them to be up by 2 scores. 7 minutes to go in the defense. There you go. Take it back. There's been a lot of pick 6s going on in this video. It's just a defense happy vid. And Neely, 2-point conversion is good. That makes it a 3-score game. And I think we finally can say Louisville is going to win a playoff game, barring a major collapse. We've seen double-digit point collapses before, but this is a 3-score game with 5 minutes to go. This would be generationally bad. 4th down and 8. Auburn, completion. And they keep it going a little bit longer. 4 minutes to go from the 44. Passes caught, first down. 3.5 to go. 3rd down and 9. Auburn with time. Throwing down the middle. Breaks the tackle. And there you go to the 15. Now to the 9 after a 6-yard gain. End zone touchdown. Auburn Still, though, down by 10, and they don't get the onside kick, so this is going to be where they have to burn their timeouts. They can allow a field goal if they have to, and it looks like they're going to have to if they're going to get a stop here, but that's even if they get a stop, is Neely not going to let them touch this ball inside the 5, down, and game over. Louisville just runs out the clock, and Neely plays a pretty fine game. I mean, he didn't need to do a crazy amount. He played it safe. And Louisville, not only that, I guess all you needed was that one win, because you go into the next round, semifinals, and you dominate Michigan State 30. They get a touchdown at the very end to make it 17, but it was 30-10 for most of that fourth quarter. And yeah, Louisville's on to the national title game to take on Georgia. I guess all Neely needed was just the win to get that pressure off his shoulders, and now he can play loose, he can play free. He's got the win now in the semifinals and on to this national title game where his team is up by 5, chance to go up by more. Neely on the keeper, Neely down to the 12. Nice run there, 3rd down and 4 in the end zone, touchdown, Louisville. 2-score lead, and we could be taking home a national title to Louisville. Play action here, Georgia throwing it down the field, what a grab! And that's going to keep them going in this one because they need to find the end zone, and they will go down the field again, and another tough grab is made. All right, the 14-yard line, Georgia up the middle, on the ground, he's got 11. Goal to go from the 3, runs through an arm tackle and gets into the end zone. And the pressure's been put back on Neely. Can he respond, or will he just go 3 and out? Here's the shot, 3rd down and 8. It's Georgia sending 3. You're giving him time. He's going to hesitate. He's going to throw on the run. Almost picked. Instead, it'll be a punt. Georgia back to return. It's a good punt, far back, and Georgia goes and jukes to the outside, breaks a tackle! Oh no, 1 minute beat, it gets past the punter! Georgia, punt return, touchdown! And the Bulldogs on top! And Kamari Neely, yeah, if there was ever a chance to show us who you really are, it's right now. 34-31, Neely hits the check down, gets it out of bounds. 3 minutes to go 60 yards for a win or less to get that field goal range, and I think they're already just about there to field goal range. 21 yards, taking their time. You got time. 3rd down and 5, and he's got the 1st down. 2-minute warning has hit, and we're going even beyond that. Run game loses 3. 3rd and 14. Neely with time, throw it in, up top, 1-on-1, caught, touchdown, Louisville, they got the lead, and Kamari Neely, maybe he is finally ready for the prime time, ready for the spotlight, and throwing over the middle. Georgia is able to move the chains a little bit more as they get a 1st down again. They still got to go another 60 yards in 50 seconds, and Georgia, that was a great throw, right in between 2 defenders, 20 more yards, 30 seconds to play, and Georgia picked off. Game over. Louisville, national champions. Kamari Neely, from freshman starter at a contending team, and had 2 frustrating playoff exits, but he gets it done here, and that is ultimately what matters. He got it done, and 43 touchdowns to 5 picks, 4,700 yards, a much better season. And not only that, he's going to be back for another season. Hayden Hepburn, though, he will not. I mean, it makes sense. He's going to go in the 1st round. Kyle Cologne ends up actually transferring as well to Nebraska. And we have basically a lot of seniors and guys about to declare this very well could be the last season that we have. I mean, all these guys, Kamari Neely jumped up an absurd amount. This is with the boost. He's a 99. He's actually not a natural 99. I think he's like 96. But Kyle Cologne, that dude is just crazy. He's just a redshirt sophomore. Louisville, 1 seed again. I mean, what more can you ask for? How about 1st team all NCAA? He was like the Heisman runner-up, which is unfortunate. Braden Durf, his SMU squad did make a bowl game, but he was injured, so unfortunate. Tennessee, meanwhile, 48-13 over a ranked BYU squad, so pretty good there. McBriar, ends up having a pretty nice season. So, I mean, you take that from him. He hasn't really done a whole lot for Tennessee, not like some of the other Tennessee quarterbacks where they've at least made it to the playoffs and done some things. Kyle Cologne doesn't quite make the playoffs, 18th seed, but I mean, 37 touchdowns, 1 pick, and a dominant bowl victory. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, we just didn't get to see much of him. He didn't win enough. But here we are. Louisville, number 1 seed. I mean, Kamari Neely doesn't have to prove anything. He just won a national championship. But how about going back-to-back? That would be pretty big to go back-to-back and win national championships 2 straight years and cap things off in a fun way. UCLA, though, what a ball in the end zone, touchdown. And UCLA goes up 24-21. Kamari Neely throws outside, and that'll be 7 yards. He's got 3 touchdowns, no picks on the day, and he's going to sneak ahead for the first down. So 6.5 to go, down by 3. Neely is going to have the tight end who hangs on to it. 43-yard line. They'll go ground game. He'll run for a first, and that will be another 12 yards on the play where they go 2nd down and 7. Catch for 4 yards. 3rd down and 3. Neely throws shy of the line. It's incomplete. 4th and 3. They'll go for the game-tying field goal. It's a long kick. Kick is good, though. And we are here at 4. Just over 4.5 to go. And it's 24-24 in UCLA trying to pull things off. I mean, if Louisville goes out here 4 straight years and is a first-round bye 4 straight years, wins a national championship but goes one and done the other 3 years, is that a disappointment? I mean, is it ever a disappointment to win a championship, especially though with these expectations? Can you say it'd be disappointing? I don't know. It's a weird conversation. Let's try to not have that. UCLA does get stopped eventually, but is just enough for field goal range where the kick is good. And maybe some discussions could be had here where Kamari Neely has 3 minutes to go to try to be the hero here. And it's incomplete, 3rd and 11. All right. Just from the 20-yard line, Neely has got a completion, a big one! And he got by a couple other defenders for some more yards, the 43-yard line. Neely play action, throws it for the receiver across the field, and he's got the first of the 2-minute warning. Run game gets them, I think, a little bit closer. Yeah, that's another 12 yards. And, I mean, you're in position for the tie. And for the end zone! No! Picked. Oh, you had it in your hands. And no, you might go down. UCLA timeout, that's the first one. 2nd down and 5, though. A first down ends it. And that's not going to be a first. Okay, one more play to get off the field here. Running the ball. He's not going to get it. Okay, Louisville, you get one more try at it. And you're basically handed near field goal range. It's a 61-yarder from here. Just got to get a first down, and you're in field goal range. And you get a lot more than that. There it is from the 20. Just don't do anything silly. Neely throws it. No, not again. No. And I think we're ending this video in a sad fashion. Pick 6. Game over. Kamari Neely. What a weird career that is. 4 first-round byes, 3 one-and-dones, and a national championship with a 56-touchdown season and near Heisman winner. All right. I don't even know what to make of that. So, what we have here. These quarterbacks end up declaring and going, because all of them were juniors, seniors. The only one we had left was Burks. Burks didn't end up becoming a starter at Notre Dame in his final year. He was just sitting the bench, so he didn't get drafted or anything. He was like an 86 overall, 87 overall. He didn't end up doing much. So he was the only other quarterback left. All the others were gone, declared. So it wasn't anything really to show you. So here we are at the end of the video. Everybody else got sent to the league, graduated. Everybody else is good. And we are going to go in depth here with the stats. I have done even a little bit extra with the stats this time around to really give you kind of this more definitive look at what all these quarterbacks were able to do. In total, we had 65 quarterbacks in 25 classes. So, you know, make that about 2 to 3 a year. We had as much as 5, but we at least always had 1 every year. So here we start with the location. Out of 65 quarterbacks, 11 of them were from the state of Texas, 8 of them Georgia, 7 of them California, Florida, Alabama, South Carolina had 4. Michigan, Illinois, Indiana, New Jersey had 3. North Carolina, Missouri, Maryland, Pennsylvania had 2. And then Arizona, Minnesota, Delaware, Tennessee, Ohio, Oregon, and Washington had 1. So a pretty decent split to get these 5-star quarterbacks from a multitude of places, but no surprise, Texas out here producing quarterbacks, because that is what they do. And Georgia getting the second most. I mean, if I had to bet, I would have thought California would edge them out, but Georgia obviously also always producing great players as well. So, I mean, it was a pretty definitive top 3, and then there was a cluster of teams with 2 to 4, and then, a couple other states were able to sprinkle in like one quarterback, like Delaware and Arizona, Minnesota, those random spots getting a quarterback. Onto what these quarterbacks were when it came to gem, bust, development traits, and everything. 8 of the 65 were gems, 4 were busts. There wasn't a lot of busts, but the ones that were busts were pretty brutal. Of those 4 busts, 3 of them, that represented 3 of our normal devs. The other bust was, I believe, just like probably an impact. I mean, we had 14 impacts, but 25 were star, 23 are elite. So, combine that, because star and elite is what you're really always looking for. Out of 65 quarterbacks, you're getting about 70+% of them roughly are going to be star or elite. So, I mean, generally, if you hit a normal dev quarterback, it's going to be pretty brutal. If you hit a normal dev is it possible that maybe you hit a normal dev 5-star that isn't a bust? Because I think all of them were busts. So if you do that, you're pretty like crazy odds there. But odds are on your side. You get a 5-star quarterback, and if they aren't a bust, they're going to be great developed. Get us to the dev path, where on average these quarterbacks were about a 77. We'll round up for them. But the lowest overall quarterback we got was a 73. The highest we got was 80. So I've seen 81. I think I've seen 82 at quarterback. Like, that's where you're getting into rare territory. So throughout the entire of this dynasty, like, I would say, like, if you're above an 80, that's when you're getting into, like, rare, generational, like, 81 elite dev types. 80 elite is still, like, obviously amazing too, but, it's a lot more common than hitting an 81, 82 plus. So we didn't get any of those, like, tier 1 top, like, half percentile, top 1% guys. So, maybe another time. 81.1 is what you got for year 2. 73. We had that one quarterback. I think it was Phoenix. He was like 73, 77. Then he didn't commit anywhere. Then he popped up somewhere. He was 77. Like, all the lowest overalls were just him. Like, he tanked things here. But we also had some guys really up the things. Like Kyle Cologne represents the biggest one-year jump. He was a plus 14. He went from 78 all the way up to a 92 in 1 year, which is crazy. He also was the 98 overall in year 3. So we had a 96 overall in year 4 and 99 overall in year 5. If your quarterbacks made it to year 5, they were on average a 91 overall. Even in year 4, 89 overall. Biggest career jump. We got a plus 21 from 78 to 99. And then, Phoenix was 73 to 84, plus 11. Not good at all. And then getting into where these guys were drafted, well, I don't think it's going to be a shock to you that there was so many high-level draft picks, but a lot of them did go undrafted. I don't know what the ratio would be if I were to go back in like real life and find the last 65 5-star quarterbacks. I don't know what that would look like. I don't think it'd look like this. Maybe it would. I don't know. But 24, so, a little over a third of them were first rounders. And then obviously, getting into day 2 quarterbacks. Day 2 quarterbacks are like a whole different animal. Like, you don't get day 2 quarterbacks that much. And if you do, generally, like, there's outliers, obviously, but if you're drafting a quarterback, you're drafting one in round 1. So to get 10 in day 2, that's fine. Day 3, and I expected that maybe to be a little bit higher. Only 14 day 3 quarterbacks, and then 17 were undrafted, which, a lot of them getting undrafted, like, a lot of them either won't play or just will flame out or really just kind of bounce around to bad teams and not get the development they need. So, your landing spot matters on top of your development, and then, the opportunities presented if you have guys in front of you that are going to play. So we got most of these guys. Almost 3 out of 4 got drafted. So let's get into archetypes and the stats of these players. So we didn't have any pure runners. Pure runners just I don't think they exist for 5 stars. But it was a pretty solid split. 24 were dual threats, 22 pocket passers, 19 were backfield creators. Generally, I do think backfield creators are just significantly worse than pocket passers and dual threats, but to look at where the best and the worst and the average ratings are, on average, you were looking at maybe 80 speed, but we did see as good as 94 speed, as low as 73, acceleration 92, 77, on average 83 excel. Like, so all these averages, this is the most average 5-star quarterback you could put together. Awareness, a little bit more of a condensed range, 60 to 77. 91 throw power on average. The highest we've seen was 96. I would have thought, like, if you were to ask me, maybe we would have seen a 97 plus. I don't know what the highest is. I don't know if I've seen a 99 throw power. Maybe I have. I don't think so, though. I don't remember. But the accuracy ratings, 82 short, 80 mid, 75 deep. I mean, we've seen as good as 81 throw deep, which is really hard to get, really impressive. Throw under pressure, that'll be, 81 as high and 72 as low, so that's really a tight range. Same thing with throw on the run. Break sack, I mean, you get a pocket passer with break sack, it's terrible. I mean, even dual threats don't even have the craziest break sack generally. It's just basically the backfield creators that'll have that. So, I mean, this is the high and the lows, the ranges, all of these quarterbacks and what you're going to see. We also got some extra stats and milestones for you guys. So, 49 of 65 ended up being a quarterback for one full season. 42 got 2 years. So, generally, if you got 1 year, most of them got 2. Then you get the drop off when you get to 3 years, 25. But there were 14 quarterbacks to be 4-year starters, which is pretty impressive because, quarterbacks typically, if they're good, they're not staying for 4 years. But 39 out of 65, which means 39 out of 49 quarterbacks did make a bowl game, which is pretty impressive. And the most of the ones that didn't make a bowl game were the guys like Florida Atlantic, Western Michigan, like Utah State, and like the guys who just transferred to like random schools. 20 of the quarterbacks, so I mean, if you want to just say 20 out of 49 made the playoffs, which is a pretty good ratio. 11 of those 20 won a playoff game. 6 of them won 2 playoff games, and 3 of them won a national championship. I don't know if like I was expecting that number. I feel like if you would have asked me, I would have thought more. I don't know if that's crazy, but like 3 national titles, and in total there were 3 wins and then a couple of other appearances, but just 3 national title wins in, like roughly 30 years. But let's stay on the topic of the winners and the losers here. So these are all the quarterbacks to win 30 plus games and what their records were. Dallas Poole, 31-19, just the one playoff appearance that went really unfortunately. Glenn Williams, 2-1 in the playoffs. I mean, really unfortunate how that playoff game ended for him, but 31 wins on the board for also Marshall Love. So none of them all that successful in the playoffs. Andres DeMar had a Heisman Trophy, 35 wins, but then you get into the 40-win club, which just 4 quarterbacks got. John Lewis made the national championship 2 times over, couldn't get the job done. Javier Stock, 42-13, 3-0 in the playoffs. On top of that, 3-0 in regular bowl games as well. Sean Thorne, I mean, he only lost 4 games in his career, and 3 of them were playoff games. So, and the other one, I do remember, the other one was to Notre Dame by 3 in the regular season. So Sean Thorne never lost a game that he was supposed to win. Like he every game that he was expected to win, he won. And then Kamari Neely, cumulatively 51-6 with a 3-3 playoff record, a really interesting career. So these are the win-loss records of all these top-tier quarterbacks, but we also have not just wins and losses, there's also statistics that go into this as well. So let's get into those statistical milestones. There were 21 quarterbacks that hit the 10,000 career passing yard mark. Obviously, all the 4-year starters would do that, but a lot of the 3-year starters as well. 100-plus passing touchdowns, that goes down to 14. Now, this is what I was talking about with the rushing production. Just wasn't really crazy with a lot of these quarterbacks. Just 8 quarterbacks had 1,000 career rushing yards, and 4 had 25-plus rushing touchdowns. Then we get into the all-purpose stuff. How about 15,000 yards all-purpose? 7 quarterbacks hit that mark. That's 10% of them, basically. Conference All-American, 20 of them made a Conference All-American. NCAA All-American, 9 of them made it. Obviously, if you won a Heisman Trophy, you made the NCAA All-American, which is why I didn't show that. But there were 5 Heisman winners. So I mean, that's 5 Heisman winners. If you made NCAA All-American, you were definitely a Heisman finalist. So we had basically, maybe 9 Heisman caliber players. 5 of them actually did win it, though. But let's close things off how we typically do. Best of the best, and I had to even stretch this to fit more players in. I fit an extra player in, but it wasn't just like about wins and losses. It wasn't just the guy who won the most. But here are the cumulative statistics for these guys that I felt were the best players of the video. Just because you won a championship or won a Heisman doesn't mean I put you here. We'll start with Sean Thorne, who 45-4 and taking Temple to the playoffs like every year he was the quarterback. That's just, you can't ignore that. That is just incredible. And that record is just incredible as well. Throwing for 14,000 yards, 115 touchdowns with 27 picks. You just couldn't ignore that. Hayden Hepburn, out of nowhere, won a Heisman Trophy. He is the guy who played the least amount on this list. But how about 9,800 yards? A insane 102 touchdown to 7 pick ratio. That is absurd. His Heisman season was incredible. I mean, yeah, he only made the playoffs like the one time and lost. He was just insane at Oregon State. Like, you got to give it to him. Jeremiah Granger, how about 28 wins to just 3 losses? Most playoff wins, 5-1 in the playoffs, and a national championship on his resume, even though production-wise he wasn't the craziest with the yards and the touchdowns and everything. He was the most productive winner, national championship, and he played good in the playoffs as well. 9,000 yards, 81 touchdowns, 20 picks, also added 14 rushing touchdowns. John Lewis, 2-time national championship appearances, 2-time loser in the national championship, but 13,000 yards, 126 touchdowns, 25 picks, 68 completion percentage, added another 16 touchdowns on the ground. He was a really good player as well. And then I'll skip to Kamari Neely, who had the most wins, 51 wins, 6 losses, was a first-round bye receiver all 4 years as a starter, went one and done 3 years, but then also in the 1 year he didn't, he won the national championship, which is a weird career narrative to have. I don't know what to make of that, but he had 16,000 yards, 184 touchdowns to 33 picks, which is an insane amount of touchdowns, 63 completion percentage, 8.1 yards an attempt. He was amazing. But then we get to the guy who I think was the best player in this video. I think the honor goes to Javier Stock, who went for 17,000 yards. So that's the most yards any quarterback threw for. 147 touchdowns to 33 picks, 71 completion percentage. He completed 70+% of his passes each of his 4 years as a starting quarterback, 8.8 yards per attempt. The most rushing yards among any quarterback, 2,900 rushing yards. The second most rushing touchdowns, DeMar had 40 rushing touchdowns. Stock had 39. He's the only player also to have a Heisman Trophy and a national championship. He went 3-0 in the playoffs. His only playoff appearance, he went all the way. He went 3-0 in bowl games, so he went cumulatively 6-0 in any big-time game. If you want to add the conference championship on top of that, 7-0 in all postseason games, and had the single, I think, best season. I think his single season was better than Hepburn's, who was better passing, but Stock had 5,000 passing yards and 45 passing touchdowns, and then had 1,300 rushing yards and 17 rushing touchdowns. He cumulatively went for almost 6,500 yards and 60 touchdowns, roughly. I don't even remember the exact numbers off the top of my head, but he was insane. So that is going to be the final note here on this video. This one was a long one to record, as you can imagine. So I'm sorry that the uploads have slowed down a little bit, but I do hope to pick things back up a little bit now that the holidays have passed, new year, everything is good, hopefully. So let me know what else you want to see. Like, comment, and subscribe. Of course, that really helps a lot. We are closing in on 10,000 subs, so that really does mean a lot. It helps a lot. So I hope you guys all enjoyed. Let me know what else you want to see, and I will see you guys all in the next one.